All right. Looks like we are live. What is good? What is good? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. I think it's a pretty good day because I was bang on my prediction for Switch 2. Anywhere between, I was thinking 16 to 17 million, 15 to 17 million, and I was right there. I think I even went to 17.5 at one point. So we're going to talk about all the good. We're going to talk about the bad. We're going to talk about everything in between and all of you guys' comments when it comes to the Switch 2 sales situation thingy. And then we got updates. We've got Metroid Prime drama. We've got Hyrule Warriors somewhat drama. We've got Nintendo Partner Direct stuff. We've got Nintendo preview stuff. A lot of my homies, Rogers Base, Philly Beats You, a lot of peeps that I know were able to go to New York and play Mario Tennis Fever and Virtual Boy and a bunch of different stuff. We've got updates with Pragmata. We've got updates with Resident Evil Requiem. It is stacked, packed, and jacked full of awesome stuff to talk about today, guys. So I'm very excited to bring you guys updates to a lot of different stuff. It was a pretty good day. I've seen so much stuff on Twitter and online. It's like, it's hilarious to the point to where it's like, it's starting to get really weird. Like, it's already been weird, but it's starting to get like so weird to the point to where like you can only just point and laugh at certain people. You know, like that's how weird it's getting. You can just point and laugh. Like you have people with damage control videos, literally damage control videos loaded in the chamber, ready to go. When the numbers drop, hit upload so you can damage control being wrong. You've got people running scared. YouTubers running scared from Nintendo Prime. Oh my lord. Running scared from Nintendo Prime. Oh my goodness gracious. He is like the most least intimidating person ever. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. He's like a teddy bear. He's great. Running scared. It is pandemonium. It is funny. It is so funny. Let's go and get into the shout outs though. And then we'll get into some of the other stuff. And everything that's happening. Dior, what's up, Dior? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Dior? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big love to Justin with the 3. Let's go, Justin. Yep. Yeah, I mean, unless they did like a better job with the port, you know, like if they did a better job with the port, then obviously it could look better. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Borderlands. Looks like that's gonna be maybe canceled. We gotta wait and see. They said paused, so we'll see if they come back to that or not. But I think at this point they probably just say screw it. Like who cares? Since it missed its original deadline. But we'll see. We will see what happens there. So yeah, but yeah, marketing for GTA 6 should start this summer. So there's also that. Loudboy says, what's up, Loudboys? We'll talk about the 17 million. We'll talk about all that stuff with the sales numbers and all that. Dane Gonzalez, what's up, Dane? Figure drawing. I want to read something here. Hold up. I want to read something that figure drawing said. I don't believe this actually happened. He says, wait a minute. Did you know that according to RGT Today, only extreme fanboys could have predicted the Switch 2 sales numbers? Meanwhile, actual analysis saw many signs on the wall in regards to Switch 2 success, as well as... did he actually say that? Or was he just saying it facetiously? I think he was just saying it jokingly. I don't think he was saying that for real, because I think he also said Switch 2 was going to sell good too. So I think he was kind of just joking around. That has to be. Yo, what's up, Omega? Yeah, new setup. Oh, actually, no, it's a green screen. But it's a new green screen setup. What's up, Mega Maniac? Welcome. What's up, Flydius? What's good? Elias, what's good? 777, what is good? Nintendo finally admitted defeat today. I don't think he admitted defeat today. I don't think he did. Shout outs to Brand Smith with the Lucky 7. Yes, sir. It's a good time. The only negative thing would be like if you're into the Borderlands and Metroid Prime, that situation there. But yeah, for the most part, definitely a very good day so far. Very good day. Also, shout outs to Bronze Gamer with the upgrade to Ambu tier. Ayo, appreciate that, man. Let's go. Thank you for the upgrade to Ambu tier. Appreciate that, man. Also, Shaw X says, throw in the damn towel. Throw in the towel. Brad Smith, yo, thank you for the big 7. Hey, but it's 7. Where you going with that, Brad Smith? At the top of both boards. Hey, yo. Also, Joxus, thank you for the 29 months. Throw in the damn towel. Yeah, man, these grifters straight up having damage control videos in the chamber, like within an hour of the barely within an hour, like already having damage control videos ready to go. This is going out sad, man. This is going out sad. This is going out, and the funny thing is that there's no reason for this to be happening. There's no reason for this to be happening, bruh. There's no reason. Yo, Jeff Shadow, what's good? Jeffrey Tucker, what's good? B Queen, what's up, B Queen? Nintendo, what's good? Oh man, all that stuff's muted. Okay, hold up. That's crazy. My bad, guys. All right, everything's unmuted right now. Let's go. Sorry for all the muted stuff. We back. We back to being unmuted. Justin
no
with the 3.
Or sounds.
Yeah, my bad. It's good now. Sometimes there's a desktop mute. Whenever I mute my desktop to make videos, just so I don't get any background like Windows noises, I forget to unmute it when I start my stream. It doesn't automatically unmute. Haven't cared about Borderlands since the second game. Yeah. What's up, Justin Smith Williams? Welcome, guys. Thank you for letting me know about that. Psychopie, everybody letting me know about everything being muted. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Sorry for the mutes. My bad. Sorry. JC, what's up, JC? Yusified, what's up, Yusified? Welcome. Switch 2 is fairly priced. I don't care what people thought it would flop. Yeah, it's fairly priced. I mean, Nintendo Prime is broken down, like the pricing for it and like the components and the cost. It's barely selling for much of a profit, if not much at all. What's up, Sonic Slim? Anybody thought the Switch 2 would flop is crazy. The console itself isn't expensive. I mean, listen, the whole situation with Switch 2 flopping, it's not even about people thought Switch 2 would flop. A lot of people are being grifted. Like, it's sad. It's very sad, bro. Like, people being grifted. Like, I saw a comment on Twitter. This comment was crazy to me. I'm like, bro, why are you allowing yourself to be grifted into thinking that it's doing terrible? Like, this was the comment that I'm talking about. Like, here's the... God, let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. But let me see if I can find the comment that somebody said. Oh, man. Dude, let me see if I can find it. Goodness gracious. If I can find it, I'll let you guys know. So yeah. Oh, man. Let me see here. Oh, but anyway, the comment went something like, I think it was like a quote of like Arlo's video about Switch 2 is going to have a rough 2026. Whatever, right? And it's completely logical. Fine, no problem. And then somebody was like, okay, well, it looks like the Switch 2 is doing good now. Or it looks like it did good. But, you know, it just looked like a couple weeks ago that it was doing extremely bad. And it's like, bro, there was nothing that said the Switch 2 was doing extremely bad. There was nothing. There was Christopher Dring, who decided to compare Switch 2 sales to that decade-old Switch 1 over the holiday that had pent-up demand because they couldn't meet the initial sales for the system. So he decided to compare and contrast certain regions and say, oh, it's 25% less here. That doesn't mean the Switch 2 sold bad overall. Switch 1's one of the best selling systems of all time. It's one of the fastest selling systems within like 9 months. I don't know why people let themselves get clickbaited into stupidity.
Mario Tennis Fever getting glowing previews.
It's
Loving
crazy.
everything I'm hearing, and I don't think I ever heard everyone say that Mario Tennis or a sports game was the highlight, and that they are really excited in a very long time, if ever long.
Yeah, party man.
Music PLS.
Yeah, Mario Tennis. I'm gonna get it right after my rant is done. I'm gonna do my opening rant, and then I'm gonna get the music for you guys and get everything for you guys. So, my issue with this is that you can look at the Japanese sales. Those are public. You can look at the Amazon sales. Those are public. You can look at sales rankings and the charts for the different regions. Those are public. That was all public. There was no information that Switch 2 was selling bad over the holiday. There was none. People took the MPD of selling less than the PlayStation 5 as an indictment of the system not doing well. No, that does not mean that the system does not do well. PS5 got a $100 discount. They both sold well over the holiday. In November, and then in December, we found out that it was the top of the sales charts, like it topped the MPD or whatever. There was never any indication that it was doing bad, like the Xbox Series S and X has constant indication of poor MPD or Circana, I should say Circana ratings, poor Japanese sales ratings, poor European sales ratings. There was never any indication of that. All it was, like I was trying to tell you guys, for how long, how many times was I saying that y'all are being grifted on sales? How many times did I have to say that? I feel like I'm screaming into a void when I was telling people, no, you can see that there's hundreds of thousands of Switch 2s being sold on Amazon in just one region. You can see that there's thousands upon thousands in different sales in Japan. There's hundreds of thousands of systems being sold in Japan. The system is not doing bad. You guys are being grifted. And then when you finally found out that you're being grifted because the actual sales numbers come out, oh, well, how was I supposed to know? Oh, then people were, bro, because they didn't give you any definitive proof it was doing bad in the first place. And they ignored Japan. And they decided to ignore Japan or make excuses. And I was telling people this here earlier, and I'll get through this, I'll get through the rest of the stuff. Stop trying to ignore Japan because they have a cheaper model. It does not matter unless you're looking at profits and revenue, which you're not when you go to look at like overall total sales. Nobody does that because nobody's looking at Sony sold a bunch of systems at $100 less for a negative hit on profit. They were selling a bunch of PS5s for a negative price. I was trying to tell people, stop getting grifted.
Sales are getting better and better. Ports are starting to get better and better. And Kirby Air Riders is selling good. It's time to stop. The Kirby point had nothing to do with all that. I'm just glad everyone who said it wouldn't sell was wrong.
Yes, Kirby's selling really good. So, like, that's my opening rant. That's my opening issue with these people. Is that you don't want to research. You don't want to look at people that, like, you don't want real evidence. All you want is clickbait journalism, clickbait YouTube videos. That's why these videos do so well. And then when they're wrong, then what? You call me, you call everybody that's telling you, no, it's not like this, fanboy. And here's the reason why I'll say it's not just fanboy nonsense. So Pierre, who's an actual analyst, who at least tries to be, he guesstimated himself before, and he's not a crazy fanboy. He's not out there battling people. He's just a French dude that compiles numbers. How did he estimate that the Switch 2 would sell 17 million? How did he estimate that? Why did he estimate the Switch 2 sales were at 17 million? Why did he estimate that? He estimated it because he looked at the US MPD sales chart ratings. He looked at the Japanese sales ratings. He looked at how the European charts were saying how the software was selling in France, in Spain, in the UK, and he looked at the titles and said, okay, what's selling? Is Mario Kart World selling? How is stuff selling? And he estimated, if you just go off of a logical pattern on what we know, it's probably around 17 million units. And that's what we got. And then we have a bunch of morons, a bunch of YouTubers online that are sitting there screaming, kicking, fighting, and biting everything, saying that it's not doing well because Christopher Dring made one article comparing a decade ago sales. Once again, over the holiday, not even the totality, not even including Pokemon Legends, October, but 1 month or 2 months, 2 months. It's insane to me. It makes my head hurt when I see some of these people. But anyway, all right, I'm done with my rant. Let me get into the actual stuff here. Shout outs to Party Man. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Big love to Roger with the 2, says happy Tuesday. Hope you're all well. Yes, I'm well. Let me let me get into this. Aces music. Let's go. Thank you for the support. Aces Mario. Here we go. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Also, big love to let's see here. Alaron, thank you for the subscription. Justin with another 3, and Deported Sicilian with the 5. So let's go ahead and get all that added in as well. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. 31 plus that, 34. So we are humming along. Also, big love to Justin retaking that Hokage lead at 9. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. Deported, let me read your comment in just a bit. And like tons of you guys are commenting, but I just want to let me get caught up a bit, and then I'll get into you guys' comments as well. Brand Smith still the top of the board with the 7. Deported with the 5 and says, be careful, OJ, you keep a fire extinguisher and all safety equipment on deck just in case the fireplace behind you gets out of control. I know, we got to have the fire extinguisher here, so we're good. Gotta have the fire extinguisher here. Kind of wish Nintendo Switch 2 had the resource to get different cards for games instead of key cards. I'm sure it's possible. Different cards. Well, I mean, the thing about it is it's not about resources more so. Like it's about pricing for the games. Some of it's about pricing. Some of it's about the speed of the cartridges. The speed of cartridges aren't very fast, so some games just can't. But then other games, like, they don't want to pay because it's expensive for the cartridges. So, yeah, that's really what it comes down to, those 2 things. It's either, or the game is either too big for the 64GB cartridge. Switch 1 was legs on it and still got over 55 million sold. More like Tortoise, but still going. Actually, to be honest, the Switch 1 is the fastest selling system to ever hit 150 million. So this is actually fast for a system to reach that. Usually it takes longer for a system to hit as high. The Switch is actually fast. The fact that it's actually close to the PS2. PS2 was still selling like 13 to 15 years after it came out. PS2s were still selling. Switch 1 is only in its, 9th year? And it's already up near where the PS2 is, very close. So it's actually, I know it sounds like it's slow, but it's actually fast. And I know I made an analogy of like a turtle, but to be honest, like just looking at it for real, it's actually pretty fast to sell that much. Sonic Slim with the €5 as well. Thank you so much, Sonic Slim. I appreciate that. And he says, I was a huge Sega kid in the 90s. Believe me, I know what it feels like when a system is not actually selling. Well, I mean, yeah, Dreamcast and stuff. It was pretty bad with Dreamcast. And Sega Saturn, and Sega Nomad, and Sega CD, yeah, and Sega 32X. Gotcha. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. COD could be announced. COD could be announced. Somebody said that it was once Christopher Drink and Circana got exposed for the negative spin they tried to put on Nintendo. Circana didn't put a negative spin on Nintendo. Christopher Drink did, yes. Circana did not. I agree with Nintendo Land. All games announced, with the exception of Fire Emblem, are crusty games. I don't think Nintendo Land plays anything outside of Mario and Zelda, so for the most part. Switch 1, it still has legs. Okay, yeah, I already read that. Somebody said something else here too. They desperately want everybody want to switch on their platform of choice. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Pragmata Resident Evil 9 confirmed 60 FPS on Switch 2. Capcom has done it again. It's the engine. The RE engine's pretty adaptable. Once again, I felt that it can run pretty good because Resident Evil 4 actually runs. Resident Evil 4 Remake actually runs decently on the PS4. It's not like incredible, but it runs okay for the most part, considering how old the hardware is. So I figured that if they optimize well, they can probably get some good versions of the newer games. Because I mean, Resident Evil 9, I mean, it looks good, but I mean, I don't think it looks like significantly better than Resident Evil 4 Remake on PS5. I think it just looks better, but not that much better. Could be law of diminishing returns, though. Let's see. But actually, the PS2 sold 170 million, bro. Yeah, 17 million in 7 months is unprecedented, which is a little bit under 7 months, but 17.37 million. So it sold approximately 7 million units from October to December with a sell-through rate of 15 million. So I remember the Sega channel. It was cool. I never used it, but it was cool. Man, imagine when they announced Zelda, Mario, the whole this whole gen. Exactly, like it's already like this before Zelda and Mario, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, new gen Pokemon. Imagine once those actually get announced. So I was trying to tell people that though. Dane with the $3 dono, let's go.
All the grifters have left to hold onto is Metroid Prime 4 sales,
Huh?
but you know they'll leave out the context you covered in your video today.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
IGN just posted a video about MP4, but silent on all the positive news.
I mean, listen, like once again, it's both things can be true with MP4. It didn't do as well as maybe some people would have hoped, and at the same time, they also left out some information to where it obviously could have been over 1 million because Nintendo. That's just how Nintendo reports it. Nintendo reports games, at least with Switch 2, they report it individually, and if it doesn't hit 1 million, then they just don't report it. Doesn't mean that the game didn't sell 1 million plus, just means that they didn't report it. So, or they didn't let us know. I'm guessing with both versions combined, it did, but that's just my guesstimate based off of the Circana charts and eShop charts. Switch to Online's Game Boy games Yoshi Balloon Kid. Nice. Pending having a coat video within an hour of Nintendo releasing their numbers was crazy work. Yeah, in the middle of the night too, by the way. Like literally in the dead middle of the night. So he pre-recorded it. He pre-recorded it and then he uploaded it after adding in the new slides for the information so he knew. But yeah, it was definitely like with the same talking points that he usually has. At least that's what I was told. I don't watch his channel because there's no point because he's a grifter. Let's see, people already prepping the Switch 1, outselling PS2, saying Switch 1 counts as a handheld. Yeah, I saw there's this crazy PlayStation fan named Zubitech, and I know he was already doing that. And Nintendo Prime was like, dude, like what are we doing here? Why are you crashing out over this, man? It's freaking hilarious. I don't know if anybody watched the Dean video. Let me know what was said in there, just so I can point and laugh. So let's see here. Watch RGT's videos sometimes for lives. No one expected Nintendo to reveal this. Started at 1 minute 5 seconds. Watch until 1 minute 5 seconds. He says he's 100% serious. Okay, well I'll take your word for it that he was serious about that. So I'll take your word for it. But hey, I mean, listen, man. Like, if that's how he feels, then that's how he feels. I personally feel that it was very logical to anticipate the Switch 2 starting well if they had stock, and if they can supply stock to it. Like, I don't think that's a fanboy thing. I think there was definitely people that felt that it can do really good, and the reason why I felt that is because they have a huge pool of people that were already playing. So there's a core group of people, hardcore dedicated fans, that buy the Switch 1 and buy like everything for the Switch 1. So it makes sense in terms of everything like that would continue because the Switch 1 was still selling up until the point. So it makes sense that would roll into the Switch 2, especially with all the stuff that they revealed. You know, it just makes sense in my opinion. So yeah. Jeffrey Tucker with the $20 dono. Yo, let's go. What you got to say here, brother? Thank you for the big 20.
Your stream looks great on the 65 inches OLED I bought. It's
Yo, let's go.
Samsung S90D. I won't break this one. Already got some mental health treatment set up with my docs. Thanks for being there for the ninjas.
Hey man, thank you so much, Jeffrey Tucker. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the big 20. That Udo Budos blast. Yo, shout out to Septic, says my condolences for Metroid Prime 4 sales. I don't know if the Metroid Prime 4 sales need condolences. I think we should actually be talking about the Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed, because Microsoft actually said those games didn't hit sales expectations. Nintendo said nothing about Metroid Prime 4 sales not hitting sales expectations. So yeah. What's up, Cycling Sauce? Yeah, there's nothing to condole just yet. We gotta wait and see. Nintendo doesn't report the sales. I think I already told you, but I'll say it again just for those who missed it. Nintendo doesn't report sales if it doesn't hit 1 million, and they count them separate. So, like, this is me just saying, theoretically speaking, I'm not saying that it did this, but Metroid Prime 4 could have sold 900,000 copies on Switch 1 and 900,000 copies on Switch 2 for like a total of 1.8 to 2 million, and Nintendo wouldn't have reported it hitting 1 million units. I promise you that's just how they do the sales and all that. If it doesn't sell 1 million for the quarter, they don't report it. And we've seen this with many other games before where we don't know the sales numbers, then randomly we'll get an update later down the line. Oh, that did sell this many million or whatever, you know? So that's kind of how it is. It's unfortunate, but that's just how they do it. But yeah, I would say definitely the condolences are for Avowed and for the Outer Worlds, because Microsoft flat out told us that those games did not hit sales expectations. So there you go. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Let's see here. Helix with the 10 and says, "Sup, OJ, Switch 2 killing them, and Grifter's gonna spin it any way that they can. When 3D Mario drops, they'll push the system sales more. Keep up the great content." I think that's what I was trying to tell people, that, like, once again, right now, we don't have, like, the biggest system seller was Mario Kart. And people were trying to tell me that Mario Kart's not a system seller, Helix. And I'm like, you guys are idiots. Mario Kart's a system seller. So then the initial sales come out, and it has like a 90-something% sales attach rate. And they're like, oh, well, it's still not. I'm like, okay. And then the actual sales numbers come out, and it's at 9 million. And they're like, oh, well, maybe it is a system seller, but we'll see later. And then we get the sales numbers down, and now it's at 14 million. There's 17 million Switch 2s sold. 14 million people decided to purchase the bundle. You don't have to get the bundle either. You don't have to. There's other versions available for the Switch 2. Like, you can get the regular one. So the fact that people are still opting for it, that is a system seller. Like, so I was trying to tell people were being stupid, and that's just Mario Kart. Wait until 3D Mario, the next one. Wait until the next Legend of Zelda. Wait until Super Smash Brothers. The stuff that were big system sellers for Switch 1 come out, which they're going to be announced. They're going to come out. And it's not even like I'm guessing or hopium. It's like legitimately fact at this point that those are all going to come out. Duh. They always come out on Nintendo systems. There hasn't been a Nintendo system that doesn't have Animal Crossing, Smash, Mario Kart, Zelda, mainline Zelda. Like, they all have that crap, and they all sell the system. But crazy enough, the system that didn't have those things was the system that sold bad in the last 2 decades. The Wii U. The Wii U did not have a mainline Animal Crossing, did not have a mainline Zelda, new Zelda, until the very end of its life, and it launched dual with the Switch 1. Did not have Fire Emblem, did not have any of the games, big games that are coming. Like, so outside of that, from the rest of it and going up, Nintendo systems sell great because of those games.
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is so relaxing. Also, it's funny seeing all the haters freaking out about the sales and the Capcom games running well. Lol.
I think at this point they're gonna have to realize that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to realize that they're wrong. Okay? Like, and it's okay. I've been wrong. When I'm wrong, I admit that I'm wrong. But I think these people, these weirdos, these people, they gotta realize when you're wrong, you're wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to not know. Listen, guys, a lot of people have not been in the game as long as me. I've been doing this since 2010. I've been talking about games, I wouldn't say professionally, because back then I didn't know you can even do anything. Back then there wasn't all the tools and stuff. But I've been talking about video games and video game sales on YouTube since 2010. It's been 16 years. This will be my 16-year anniversary coming up pretty soon here. From my first channel where I started talking about video games. I started talking about comparing games like No More Heroes, and like Infamous and Prototype. But then I got into a show called Listen Up Gaming News. So I've been doing this since 2010. I've made my mistakes. I admit I have. But the reason why I'm right with this, the reason why I was right with the Switch 1 and with the Switch 2 is because I made so many mistakes. That's the reason why I'm right now, because I can analyze everything. That's the reason why, because I can analyze everything. I can look at the trends. I can look at what's happening. Then I can tell you guys, all right, this is probably what's going to happen. Like, based on, I'm not going to be right on everything, but this is probably what's going to happen right here. Thank you, Justin, for the $6 dono. I appreciate that. Yo, let's go. Thank you for the 6. I thought you did 3. but you did 6. I appreciate that, man. Oh man, thank you. 75 on the combo board. Metroid, your Metroid Prime 4 breakdown is accurate as to what it could have happened. Yeah. Let's see. Unk is speaking out of experience. Exactly. Unk speaking out of experience. Drew Tennis says, what's been your favorite game for the system so far? Probably like Donkey Kong Bonanza. People complain about pricing while Mario Kart World is only 50 if you're smart. I mean, the thing about people complaining about pricing, it's more of a precedent more so than them actually doing that. Because most people just bought it in the bundle. So they don't like the fact that Nintendo did that, which I don't like the fact that Nintendo did that either. So I'm on that board. Oh, what's up with Switch port of Borderlands 2? It's paused. It might even be canceled, sellout. Can't wait to see what happens with performance of Pragmata on Switch 2 and other PS5 titles. Switch 2 never ceases to amaze me with hope continues to move forward. Yeah, OJ, new Game Boys added. Yeah, I know about the Game Boy stuff. No, that was even before that, Zenji. When I first started doing Listen Up Gaming News, that was even before that. That was even before. It was just me at my mom's old house. I had just graduated from college, and I was just doing some personal training on the side. I didn't have like a set. Well, no, I think I had a job working at a gym, but then I think I quit that job pretty quickly because they were crazy. And then I was just doing personal training on the side. So I'd just come home. I would, I'd go do some training in the morning. Then I'd just come back to my room upstairs, and I would just sit in the room and talk about video games. So yeah, it was a long time ago. It was 16 years ago plus. But yeah, it was even before then. It was just me sitting in a chair in my mom's in my room. I didn't even clean my room half the time. It was just like sometimes just messy. I just had like clothes on the ground, like my bed was just all messed up. I just be talking about video games. So it was even before the Furious Friend days, even before that. Can't wait to see the Souls game coming to Switch 2. Dust Bloods. At least Nintendo's damage control video was under 90 minutes this time. That's true. At least it was under 90 minutes. I think I just see him as a clown. I'm gonna start calling him Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Like that clown from Tomodachi Life. Just start calling him Nintendo. Because like I said, at this point, it's definitely going clown mode. Bozo. Nintendo Bozo. I think we just start calling it Nintendo Bozo. Nintendo. Nintendo Hisoka. Nintendo Hisoka. Because you're looking like a clown, bro. Looking like a clown. Let's see here. Writers, did I see your message? What was your message? I don't think I saw it. Let me look back up, see if I can find it. No, I don't see it. There's a lot of people making comments. Hit that like button though, guys. I appreciate that. Hit that like button if you have it. 50 million sold to consumers, 17 million sold. Everyone has Mario Kart. Yeah. Like literally, like if you go through like the sell-through rate, then yeah, obviously it's a lot. The quarter, it was only 27 days left. What the people expect? 27 days. 27 days. 27 days.
It's such a hilarious day. I got my foot on these grifters' neck, rolling on the floor laughing.
Juice Man Vaughn has been stomping on Goombas. All day. How was I supposed to know? My favorite YouTuber told me that it had poor holiday sales. How was I supposed to know? Like, I swear these people, like, I'm telling you, bro, these people are crazy. About to call him something else, but I didn't want to get banned. Yeah. Don't gotta be me. Don't gotta call. I'll just call him Nintendo Clown. We just call him Nintendo Clown for right now. This dude's been wrong for the whole duration of the Switch 2. This Randy Pitch was out here lying again. Borderlands 4 delay is absolute pitch for lying. Anthony with the $5 says, hey OJ, can you explain the importance of blue light blocking glasses? Do they work? Yeah, they do work, and the importance is that the strain on your eyes. Screens emit a thing called blue light, and that blue light is strenuous on your eyes because your retinas are fragile. Your eyes are very fragile, and usually if you mess up your eyes or something bad happens to your eyes, it usually doesn't recover depending on how bad it is or not. At one point, I thought I was Kakashi. I had a blood Sharingan, bro, because I wasn't using blue light blocking lenses, and I was editing. It was back in 2018. It was before I started using them, and I swear I heard like a popping of like a pimple or something, but it was like a vessel in my eye, and blood just went and just started like dripping down. And I was like, ah! I was like, ah! Dude, I was scared as hell. So I think it was the stress. I don't know if I burst a vessel in there or something, but it was nasty and my eye hurt like hell. So I took I think I took a day or two off. And in the meantime, I went on Amazon and instantly bought some glasses, looked up some stuff to help my eyes out. But yeah, it was dripping and it was like Kakashi, like when you use the Sharingan too much. That's what happened, bro. So yeah, they're important. I mean, these are all, I have different ones though. I have different blue light. I usually sometimes rotate which ones I use. So I have multiple different ones that I use. Let's see here. How you doing, bro? My day was good, Dynamite. How's your day, brother? Hugh Morris is the best of us. Please don't insult him. Nah, he's a clown, bro. He's a clown. Talking about clowns out here, the whole circus with these grifters. I have them. Oh yeah, shout out to Juice Man Vaughn. He's got his foot on Arlo's neck, man. Like he's got his foot on the Muppet's neck. I'm about to sit here and call. We gotta call animal controller. I don't know what the hell it is. We gotta call. We gotta call puppet control. This man has his foot on Arlo's neck. I'm even thinking, yo, man, calm down, bro. Like, calm down. Calm down. They need to be humbled. Show them why I oughta announce a Mario game now or face the wrath of my fist. This man Juice got his damn foot on their necks online. He spared no expense. Man's hunting them down like Dog the Bounty Hunter, bro. This man's don't get clown zoned, bro. Reveal yourself, Matara. You're not fooling anyone, bro. Yeah, Scrappy Doo energy. Why somebody oughta humble Nintendo. Why I oughta let me at him. Why don't you sell your Switch and stop talking to it? Well, wait a minute. Let's not go that far. Nobody said that we need to do that. I need you guys to humble them. I need you guys to stop buying their games and not be excited and to be humbled. I'm gonna continue doing that, but I need you guys to stop buying it.
Hope all is going well, man.
Shout outs to Lazarus. Thank you for the 3, man. I appreciate that. That's what it is. Somebody needs to humble them. I mean, it's not gonna be me, but I mean, maybe you guys can do it for me. See that Mario Tennis game that you're excited for? Don't buy it. See that Switch 2 that you're gonna get for your cousin? Don't buy that either. See that new Mario game coming? Do whatever it takes. Don't buy it. Humble them. Are you gonna buy it? Yeah, but that's because I'm a content creator. I need it. You don't. Humble them. I dare ya. See, did you see Sonic Crossroads sales update? Pour one out for the Sonic fans. Well, that was back from November, bro. That was back from November, but yeah. Thank you, Lazarus, with the $3 dono. 88 on the combo board. Yo, we need to have Noah and Mio come out here. We got the hour extension already. You guys are freaking crazy. Let's go. Let's see here. Yo, Huddy out here crazy. We need more of that. Shout outs to J. Oh yeah, shout outs to Juice, man. He's got his foot on their necks. It's hilarious, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny. Your last spawn wave, your last spawn cast was wild, very funny stuff. Thank you, Dan Dips. Do we have previews from those who tried new Mario Tennis game? Yeah, the previews are very positive. The previews are very positive. They say that there's a lot of different characters with a lot of different modes. There's a lot. It feels good to play. It looks noticeably better than Mario Tennis Aces. It's smooth. It's got good HD rumble. Just whatever you can think about. It's good. It looks like it's gonna be a solid game. I'm expecting like a 79 or an 8 out of 10 on Metacritic. So that means it's probably something like that. Yo, Jeffrey Tucker. Let's go ahead and let's put you right here, brother. Jeff T. You are now the new Hokage and Stream Ninja with that big $20 dono. Anybody that's 20 or more, you beat up my man Jeff T on both boards. Boom. Kind of had that mindset with Game Freak and Pokemon, but people still bought the game, so there's no point. Oh my gosh. But people really think, the funniest thing like with Pokemon is that like people think that people just buy it regardless and they don't like the game. Like, I played Pokemon Legends ZA. The game is fun. Like, the graphics are the best, but the game is fun. It's a good game.
Maybe Arlo should go to PC. He can play Super Barrio Journey, Pikmin, and Legends of Lunk. Lol.
Yo, shout outs. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Justin with the big 3. So it's like people don't want to realize that people just actually like playing like Pokemon. Like, they want to like see the story and they want to see the different Pokemon. Like and I don't know why people play indie games with bad graphics all the time. And I know it's different. Obviously, Pokemon Company is way more rich and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes people just like the gameplay. They're like, oh, well, I can forgive X, Y, and Z because I like this game, or I like the style of what they're trying to do. And I think that some people just can't, they get so angry because Game Freak should be doing better that they start lashing out on actual fans who just want to be able to play a Pokemon game and don't care about what they care about when it comes to a Pokemon game. So, I mean, I think that's the funniest thing about Pokemon. The funniest thing. So let's see here. By the way, OJ, anyone wanted to see you ask John the question you didn't want to answer? Look around the 29. Okay, 29 minutes in. So yeah, go on the last Spawncast, guys, and go about 29 minutes in, and it's there. There we go. Hello, friend. There's no competitors for the Switch 2. Three directs this month. I hope they do. Excitement. This is huge. I mean, but weren't the competitors the PC handhelds though? That's what I heard. I heard that PC handhelds were the competitor to the Switch. That's what IGN told me. IGN told me that they've got Nintendo Switch has to worry about PC handhelds. Do you see my comment about Nintendo haters jealous of Nintendo success? I saw it now. So I saw it now. I want a new Pokemon Stadium. New mini games would be fun. There you go. No, people definitely buy blindly, just like 2K and Madden. So people don't buy 2K and Madden because they like 2K and Madden. They just buy it blindly. So how do you know this? Did you go talk to these people? Did you interview them? Did you ask them why they buy it? So how many people did you interview? When did you interview them? And how do you know? Because it's millions of people. So then how do you know? Did you talk to them? And are people allowed to like something that you don't like? Those are my questions for you. Are people allowed to like Madden? I don't like Madden anymore. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not as big of a fan of Madden anymore. I tried out the trial. I'm not as big of a fan. But that doesn't mean other people are not allowed to like it. That if they play Madden, all of a sudden they're stupid, they're dumb, they blindly buy it, they have no idea what they're talking about or what they like or what they want. So did you interview all those people? Did you talk to them? Of course you didn't. Obviously it's a silly, I'm not telling you to answer that question. Of course you didn't. You just put your own opinion on what you think and then you project that to everybody else because you think that you're better than everyone when it comes to your taste. And it's silly. Is it not great? Are there a lot of things that's not good? Sure. But that doesn't mean somebody else thinks the same way as you. There's probably games that you play that I think are trash, right? So everybody has a difference of opinion. And I think the problem is that a lot of people can't realize that people have a difference of opinion on what tastes of games that people like. That's all it comes down to, bro. It's as simple as that.
As simple as that. I bought Pokemon because it's fun. I don't give a flip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people buy it because they look at the game and they think that it's fun. That's it. That's the reason why. Steam guys out here hyping Schedule 1 and Mega Bonk playing those games in 4K, 5,000 frames. Oh my gosh. I was saying that if you like mobile home for your new location, home, boathouse is still a house, Switch consoles, home consoles still a dock. Okay, I see you, writers. Let's see here. Legends ZA is the type of game that'll be a fan if you've already invested in the IP. I mean, some people have played it where they haven't. Some people, I mean, it's an action RPG compared to the other Pokemon games. So some people might like the fact that maybe you're not into it, but you wanted to get into it. And you tried it out, and it was kind of fun. You know. I've been playing a lot of Trails in the Sky. I actually enjoyed Pokemon Scarlet and Violet despite the issues I had before the patches. It's not always about graphics. The graphics help, sure, but gameplay is also important. Yeah, exactly. Like, if Pokemon gameplay was truly bad or terrible, or people thought it wasn't fun, like, people wouldn't buy it. Like, I don't think people, if it was like, oh my god, the gameplay is so bad to the point where there's no fun to be had whatsoever, people wouldn't be buying it. That's just, there's always fun that you can get out of anything. Unless the controls are completely broken and the mechanics are completely broken, there's always fun that you can get out of something. So even if you don't personally like something, that doesn't mean somebody else or a lot of other people won't like that thing, you know? Like, I don't like Madden anymore, I don't like NBA 2K, but that doesn't mean other people aren't gonna like it. Other people are gonna like it. It's fine, you know? Oh, let's see, I'm that way about Pokemon. I don't care about the graphics much. Gameplay matters. That's why I adore Scarlet and Violet. I mean, Scarlet and Violet, when it first launched, like, the actual, like, glitches and bugs affected the gameplay. So it was hard for me. Like, I couldn't rate the game very good. I gave it whatever points that I gave it because, like, yeah, the core mechanics are still fun. But, like, yeah, once you actually just get into the battles and if there's no lag, it's fun. You know, like, the gym battles can be fun. The big mega battles or whatever that you know, those are fun. Like, when you fight those big monsters or whatever. Like, the Area Zero part was pretty fun. Like, the boss battle, like, at the very end, the last boss battle, like, the ending sequence was fun. So, but yeah, it's not perfect, but it's still fun. Nintendo just dropped 2 Game Boy games, Balloon Kid and Yoshi. Yeah, I know about that. We already discussed that. So, want a new Smash game? Switch to edition, at least Kirby Air Riders. Well, give them a little bit of time for Smash. Violet had more issues than Scarlet from my experience. I think they're the same. Party Man with the $5 dono.
I've been in Mario sports bashing hell for over a decade. Mario Tennis Fever is seriously looking like my dream Mario Tennis game. So far it is doing everything I asked for, and they took all criticism to heart so far. I'm very excited to finally play. I
hope it turns out good. I'm gonna be buying it day one physical, so like I hope it turns out really good, Party Man. I really do. I really do. So I really do. Let's see here. The glitches made me laugh and enhanced my experience. Okay. So I hate that closed-minded, judgmental ego mindset. I would prefer something open-minded, subtle, unique differences. Yeah, like, it is what it is. Okay, I finally forced myself to watch our video, and big premise is literally that Nintendo might not announce any games this year besides Gen 10 Pokemon. Yeah, they're going to announce stuff outside of Gen 10 Pokemon. Yeah, I know for a fact that they are. So, I mean, once again, don't worry. I mean, he'll be wrong like usual. But some people said that's not the big premise, but there's gonna be more than Gen 10 Pokemon announced this year. So that's the Justin with another 3.
Also, come on, there's all these anime arena fighters that I don't see them getting nearly as much hate as Pokemon does. Lol.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I don't ever tell people that like anime arena fighters, like I don't ever tell them how dare you play that game. Like, if they want to play it, they play it. It's their life, it's their money, it's their time. Do whatever you want. I don't care, you know. Nintendo will fully get rid of physical in the future. I mean, physical is on borrowed time for pretty much every system. Yes, eventually. Let's see. All the grifters are in panic mode. Listen, I don't watch the grifter videos, so y'all gotta tell me what panic mode did anybody make outside of Nintendo Clown? Did anybody have any other panic videos that people made? Like, I don't know. I'm done. I don't really watch YouTube anymore like that. I just watch my forensic files. Like, I just watch my forensic files. I watch my Did You Know Gaming. I don't really be watching anything, you know, like that overall. But like, or I watch like funny DSP clips or Paternity Court. I'm going through like my, as you guys can see right here, I got my forensic files. Actually, you can't really see it, but yeah, the forensic files on tap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really be watching grift videos because, like I said, I actually like to be right. I don't want to end up being wrong like a lot of these grifters are. So there's no point in me watching grift videos when I can get the information myself and I can actually form a better opinion and inform you guys. That's why I told you guys that the Switch 2 could potentially sell 17 million units before the end of the year. That's why I told you guys that games like Mario Kart World is actually a system seller. That's why I told you guys that a system like the Nintendo Switch 1 could actually sell over 100 million units. That's why I told you guys that the Nintendo Switch 1 could actually beat out the PlayStation 2 because of the sales rate and because of the type of system that it is. These are all things that I realized that I learned from actually analyzing the data, analyzing what's happening, not not sitting here listening to grift videos and trying to act like and trying to make money off of morons on YouTube users that can't think for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do those things. I don't waste my time with that type of stuff because I actually know how to research. One of the few things that I learned in college. I learned a lot of stuff in college, but one of the things that I really learned in college was researching. Researching is important. You gotta write research papers, you gotta write research data, research theses, all sorts of stuff. I had to research a lot. I did communication and kinesiology. Kinesiology in particular, a lot of researching with everything. So I learned how to research. And when you research, you find out the truth, or at least you find out something that you feel is the truth, and you give your best shot at it. A lot of these grifters, they're money motivated. They're not researching to find the truth. They're looking for cracks in the armor to report on that. They're not looking for the whole story. They're not looking for everything. They're looking for what can I exploit to make money. Oh, I can exploit this little fact. Let me manipulate the data to make it seem 10 times worse than it actually is, and then present it with a clickbait thumbnail so I can make money. These people, they're not in it to actually inform you guys and give you guys takes. They're selfishly in it for themselves, and that's really it. That's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. So that's why I've been right on so many things, and why these grifters end up being wrong on so many things, or doom posters, because they're going off their emotions. They're going off their feelings. One thing that my professor told me, and I forgot the exact saying, but it was really good. My professor told me something along the lines of this: if you let your emotions dictate your research, you're doomed to fail over and over and over again. He always told me, do not let your emotions dictate your research. Now, sure, you're gonna have emotions. You're gonna be able to blow up at things and say, hey, I don't like somebody doing that or this or that. But he's like, don't ever let it affect your emotion. Don't ever, always look at it analytically and go from there. And that's some of the best advice that he gave me for my career, for what I've been able to do when I worked in regular jobs and when I worked, now when I'm working now, is look at what's actually there, and form your opinion or form your thesis or your basis based off of the actual information. Don't cut any corners. Don't cut corners. Now, like I said, I'm guilty sometimes of not getting things right. But when you do get something wrong, make sure you admit that. Don't damage control it. Admit that you're wrong and say that you're going to do better. And grifters aren't in that business because it makes them look wrong and weak, and they can't exploit people. So that's the thing. Let's see. A Pokemon company makes 2 billion USD more than those anime arena fighters. I mean, anime arena fighters, they make a lot of money too. Like Dragon Ball Z and a lot of these games, they also make a ton of money as well. So, I mean, but yeah, not as much as Pokemon, but they make a lot. Naruto's worth how many millions or billions or whatever, and those arena fighters aren't great. Brotendo Shillington with the $5 dono says, drop the price. Switch 2 needs to be cheaper. Retailers do a holiday sale. See, Switch 2's failing. You can't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Nintendo Clown had you dying. Can you watch those YouTube videos on the Switch 2? Watch what YouTube videos on the Switch 2? YouTube's coming to the Switch 2. It's not on there yet. Once it's on there, then you can watch it. His data points to say that they didn't do well. Like it's saying the PS4 isn't successful because Sony takes a loss on the console. They don't have any actual data about the system not doing well. They take one little thing and they blow it out of proportion. That's why it was so funny. People went after Christopher Dring when the sales numbers came out that the Switch 2 was actually the better selling system over the holiday when it come, or at least here in the MPD wise, and it sold pretty good. And then obviously we got the numbers now, 17 million. It sold pretty good. There's no other system that sold better. So people were telling you it didn't do this, it didn't do that. It's a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of nonsense. So let's see if they keep up this energy when the PS6 launches and Sony makes sure that there's a ton of systems, right? They have a lot of systems. And are they going to start comparing it and start doing weird things? And I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that they're going to start doing stuff like that. Because usually what we get with new system releases is that we get mass shortages because these companies just don't plan for anything. Nintendo's the first system in the modern era to actually, popular system in the modern era to actually plan correctly for a system launch. So therefore they actually had systems for people to be able to buy, unlike every other system, the Switch 1, the Xbox Series, well, to a degree, the PS5, the PS4, you know? Let's see. Yeah, don't be like the dude that Digital Foundry that hasn't apologized yet for Switch 2. They were not. They said that they're not right or that they're not wrong. What's your professor's name, OJ? I forgot what his name was, but he was a big white dude. He was a big white dude that had a black. There was a black teacher that was there. She was like my coaching track and field teacher, and then he was like my. I forgot what he was, but I forgot what class he taught for me, but he dated the black chick for my coaching track and field. They were dating, but yeah, it was a big white dude. And he also said this. He said, "Do you guys play video games?" And then he was like, "Who plays video games in here?" And then like a few different guys raised their hand, and like maybe like a girl or two. And then he was like, "That's good. Make sure that you keep playing video games," because he said, and he wasn't just saying this just to say. He's like, video games help stimulate your mind, help with problem solving, help you be more like, you know, just be more aware of things. He's like, keep on playing. It's like, he said, it's like working out for your brain. And I'm like, yeah, see, I told you. That guy was good. I forgot his name though. Maybe if I looked it up. This was like 20 years ago. It's like when I first transferred to Fresno State. So this was like 2007. Yeah, this was 2007. I transferred to Fresno State in 2007. So this was like 2007 or early 2008. So it's like I said, it was like 20 years ago. So I can't remember everything, like his name and all that. Let's see, what's the topic for tomorrow's video? I don't know. We'll see. Dean's second video is I can't deny that the Switch 2 is selling. Dean's second, Nintendo Clown's second video was that I can't deny that Switch 2 is selling well, but Clown kept saying that he was right about all the critiques, claims to want a price drop and fight corporate greed. Here's what I'll say about that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, look, I would like a price drop. I would like it to not be, you know, as expensive for people. That's fine. If he would have just ran from that from the beginning, then that would be fine. You don't have to manipulate data. You don't have to lie. You don't have to try. You don't got to do all that. That's not needed. That's fair critique. However, the counterpoint to this, which Nintendo Prime told him, there's barely any profit margins or barely any profit on the Switch 2 as it is. Nintendo Prime broke down the numbers on his channel and told him, and he keeps on hiding or deleting Nintendo Prime's comment because he knows that he's right. Nintendo Prime's right. So, like, the Switch 2 does not have massive profit margins. It just doesn't. They're not selling it for any type of massive profit or gain. So while you can say it needs to get price drop, not really. Like, there's not really any need. There might be a price increase. That's the thing. Like, components and stuff, it's expensive. The Switch 2 is not a cheap system. It's just not. I don't know why he thinks that it is, but look at Pragmata, look at Resident Evil, look at the quality that you can get anywhere that you want. By the way, Resident Evil apparently runs at 60 FPS in portable mode as well. That's the Switch 1 would have blown to smithereens. Like, it would have blown up to smithereens at that price. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to run Resident Evil Requiem at 60 FPS, it'd be impossible. So the system isn't low quality. On top of that, he's also advertised portable PCs. Portable PCs are more expensive than the Switch 2. And some of them are cheaper. He's advertised Steam Deck. Steam Deck is weaker. Yet it's $100 plus more than the Switch 2. There is no more $400 Steam Deck. And it doesn't come with the dock. And he's advertised portable PCs. So it doesn't make any way you cut it. It doesn't really make sense. Now, if you want to talk about the game prices, fair. Game prices, hey, look, you can talk about that. That's fair. But the system itself is actually worth the money. It's worth it. Once again, a Steam Deck is more expensive and is weaker and does not come with a dock. So just simply going off of that, you can definitively say Switch 2 is not overpriced. It just isn't. It just isn't. Let's see. Switch 2 is more portable than a bulky Steam Deck. I mean, it's thinner, yeah, for sure. It's smaller. Check my last message, OJ. It's kind of long. It's kind of long to retype. All right, let me see if I can find it. Go. Wait, where is it at? Nash Beetle said Borderlands 4 has been paused because 2K is shifting resources to GTA 6 for Switch 2 ports. Thoughts? I don't know about that. We'll see though. Maybe. Maybe I'll cover it in a video. Maybe not. Interesting though. Let's see. Poor Leaks rent is due. Time to fudge numbers. Hey, what's up, Poor Leaks? Let's see here. So let's see here. Prime went full Gordon Ramsay on that clown. Complain about keycards. Don't complain about Xbox download on the disc from the games. I mean, I'm not here to do stuff like that, but I mean, it is what it is, you know? It's funny because he's on his opposite with Sonic to get people to sales data, prove sales data wrong, and it's actually going well. Okay. Listen, I paid $500 for my Switch 2, and I'm happy with the purchase. I mean, you got the one with Mario Kart, right? So it's like, if you look at it, like, look at the Switch 1, right? Switch 1, when that came out, what big third-party games did it get? Go ahead, let me know. In the first, let's just say, 8 months, give me all the big third-party games that you can play at 60 FPS or big games that you can play on the system. The system just couldn't handle a lot of the games that were coming out at the time, and developers did not believe that Nintendo was even going to sell the system very well. So, like, you look at the Switch 2, and people complained about that. If you want to be able to play Resident Evil Requiem, if you want to be able to play Monster Hunter Stories 3, if you want to be able to play all these games, you're going to need a system with a little bit more power. It's going to cost more. Like, how much cheaper can it get for the system? Considering tariffs, considering component costs, considering taxes, considering everything that goes into considering RAM prices, considering everything, like, how much cheaper do you want it to be? What can the price actually get to? $50 cheaper? I mean, what does that matter? I mean, they were selling it for, the system's $450. Even the discount, like, they were just basically giving away Mario Kart for free then. But the system didn't go below, from what I saw. I mean, I think maybe there were some places that had it under $400, but not really. Most people just had the $500 bundle for $450. So regardless, it's going to be at least $450. That's going to be the price for the system. Like, that's what it is. Like, if you want to be able to play games like Breath of the Wild in 60 FPS or Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to need a system that's significantly more powerful than the Switch 1. What do you want them to do? You want to be able to play AAA games, newest releases, for a system under $300? How is that even possible? Like, how did that doesn't even make sense. There's no system that can do that. Unless you get, like, what, a Dookie ROG Ally or something like that? But that system's terrible. That's a terrible system. Those old ROG Allies, it's terrible. They're barely fun. That Windows sucks, man. Those systems, like, they think that they're like power, but then, like, you start playing the games and, like, they're wonky. It's not great on there. Now, the newest one, the Xbox ROG Ally X, that's a lot better, but there's still issues there. But, like, there is no super cheap system that can play the latest games in like, great quality. There is nothing. There is nothing. You need to spend a little bit if you want to be able to play the biggest games in at least 30 FPS or higher. You got to spend at least $400 plus. Minimum would be 400 something. You're not going to get anything for much cheaper than that. That's just the way it is, man. And I bet if you played Resident Evil Requiem on that Dookie 2013 ROG Ally, I bet you anything it's not going to run perfect. You're going to have to tinker to your heart's content. You're going to have to tinker away for 10 years or something stupid. I don't know. I'm making up stuff right now at this point. It's me just ranting. But still, like, you're not going to be able to play things just easily and no problem. There's going to be a lot of tinkering, a lot of things that you got to mess around with. If you want something that's going to be easy, fast, and efficient to play the biggest games, you're going to spend at least $450 and up. A Steam Deck, once again, is literally weaker. You're going to spend, if you want a new Steam Deck right now, unless you're going to get one refurbished, the old LCD model, it's costing you $550 to $600 plus, or $530 or whatever. ROG Ally X, the new ROG Allies, $600 to $1,000. Lenovo's $1,000. Like, yo, stop playing around here, guys. Are we being serious here? Are we being serious here? I can see your comments, man. What's up, Mr. Davis? Did a great comparison between Deck and Switch 2. Deck can outperform the Switch 2, but only with 20 watt TDP with the Switch 2's 8 watt TBD. Outperform, here's the thing, Jimmy Mac. Outperform doesn't mean much. What you need is real, actual performance. When you start doing real, actual performance from game to game, Switch 2 actually outperforms it in a lot of different scenarios when the game is built specifically for it. And there's even some games that can't even run on Steam Deck. For example, a game like Star Wars Outlaws doesn't even run on Steam Deck that well, or really at all. So you got to think about stuff like that. So from an actual performance, like which one's more powerful, Switch 2 is, and that's something that Digital found you, and that's already out there. Now there's, like I said, because of the, I think like the CPU or some aspect, sometimes, yeah, you can get like a PC game that can be optimized, or you can tinker and it can run a bit better. But from a performance standpoint, Switch 2 can actually do more, especially when you dock the system. From what I've been told, and from the real world performances of games and comparisons and things like that. So the point of having a portable is to be a portable. Handheld PCs are way too bulky, so even with the powerful PC handhelds, Nintendo's still the king. I mean, if you want to just look at it based off of sales, yeah. I mean, if you talk about based off of power, no. Like the Xbox ROG Ally is more powerful. That one, the ROG Ally X, that one's more, like a lot more powerful, like the GPD Win. But if you want to base it off of affordability, exclusive games, ease of use, like, you know, just those type of factors, Switch 2 absolutely destroys the portable PCs. I don't care. You can click me 5,000 times. You can make every clickbait video. I'll say it now. I'll say it later. I'll say it to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. I'll say it to anybody. I'll say it to your grandparents. Switch 2 is it's better, in my opinion. That's it.
Also, Steam Deck looks bad on a TV because no DLSS, only old FSR.
Yeah. I had Steam Deck. I had a ROG Ally. I see what those systems do. And to me, to get a system that's easy to pick up and play with the exclusives, with the backwards compatibility, with the dock in the package, you can easily, like within minutes, you're already set up, you're ready to go. If you already have a Nintendo account, boom, you're set up, you're ready to go, you're ready to play instantly. You can easily dock it and undock it for ease of use and for everything combined. I think that the Switch 2 is better. Just me personally. That's just, like I said, I don't like handheld PC. I don't like Windows. I don't like, you know, that type of stuff. It just causes issues. Steam Deck is pretty good with like what it does, like with the big picture mode, or like the Steam OS mode or whatever. That's pretty good, but you still got to deal with quite a bit of tinkering at times. And it's not as easy to dock it, and it's not as easy to transfer over your save files. That sometimes that takes a little bit of time, where there's some issues there. For me, at least, when I would play Persona 3 Reload on my Steam Deck, whenever I would want to transfer it over to my PC, then play it on my PC, and then go from there, for some reason, it kept the settings vice versa. Or my PC settings, which my PC's obviously way stronger than my Steam Deck, it would keep my PC settings on my Steam Deck. So I'd have to go in and change it. Now, there might have been some way to fix that, but it wasn't intuitive. It wasn't quick. With the Switch 2, it's just instant. When you play handheld, it instantly swaps to the handheld settings. When you play dock, it instantly swaps to the dock settings. There is no tinkering. There is no, I gotta adjust and all that. So for me, at least, to me, the ease of use is worth not having some of the other stuff. Steam Deck's fine. It's a great system for people that want to do that. But I think, once again, there's a reason why people are rushing out and buying Switch 2s and not rushing out and buying Steam Decks or portable PCs. What's the sales numbers on those? Or handheld PCs? What's the sales numbers? They don't want to talk about them. People aren't buying them. Why aren't people buying them? Well, I'm telling you why people aren't buying them. You can, and like I said, people will call me names, call me fanboy, call me this, but the proof is in the pudding. The facts are the facts, and the information is the information. People are buying it because of this. I've been playing games for nearly 4 decades. I've been playing games across 5 to 6 decades. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, now 2020s. 6 decades, and I'm telling you what people value in gaming, what they value in systems, what they value in portables. If you don't like to hear it, oh well. The facts are the facts. It is what it is. People are buying what they feel is great. They don't feel portable PCs are great. They don't feel that they're intuitive, so they're not buying them. That's why Switch 2 is absolutely curb stomping portable PCs. I'm just trying to let people know about this, bruh. It is what it is. Like I said, people will call names and they'll clip and they'll say, you can do all that. But the reality is 17 million units sold to how many million units sold? To they don't want to talk about million units sold, to absent from sales charts numbers sold, to it's doing okay numbers sold, to we're a private business, there's no need for me to reveal the numbers sold. Like, they don't even want to talk about it. Trust me, if any one of these handheld PCs were selling 17 million units in 6 months, you'd hear about it. If it was even selling 10 million in 6 months, you would have heard about it. Trust me, they would have been bragging, they would have been saying something. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Call me names, call me whatever you want to, clip. Oh well. I'll say it again. I'll say it now, I'll say it tomorrow, and I'll say it in 7 years from now when the Switch 2 sells 100 million units, just like 7. Just like 8 years ago, I said Switch 1's gonna sell really good, and people said, no, it's the PS4, no, Xbox One. I said, all right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And when it sold 100 million, all those people decided all of a sudden they don't want to come around. They don't want to come around the channel no more. Party Man knows. Let him know. Let him know. Listen, it hurts, bruh. Let's see here. I'm 43. I love pretty much everything except modern Xbox. All Nintendo Life were the biggest disappointments of the Switch 2 coverage. Bunch of annoying clickbaits. It is what it is. It is what it is. And the time they figure out that Nintendo's going to be way ahead, ready to bring out the next idea. Switch 1 was on its way out the door, easily the second best selling handheld on the market right now. On the way out the door, well, people are still buying it. It's at 155 million units sold. So it's at 155 million units sold. Mario Kart World at 14 million. Donkey Kong Bonanza at 4.25 million. Pokemon Legends ZA at 12 million. Kirby Air Riders at 1.76 million. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 70 million. Animal Crossing at 49 million. Smash Brothers at 37 million units plus. Breath of the Wild at 33 million units plus. Mario Odyssey at 30 million units plus. Scarlet and Violet at 28 million units plus. So that's actually 1 million units above Pokemon Sword and Shield now. So it's actually building its lead on Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that Switch 2 edition's definitely, or that Switch 2, that free Switch 2 update is helping that game sell even more now. Sword and Shield at 27 million. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at 22 million, 22.4 million. Super Mario Party at 21.28 million, and then New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at 18.8 million. Newly announced Nintendo Switch Sports at 17.84 million. Super Mario Bros. Wonder at 17.15 million. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, crazy sales rate in the last couple of years, because that, like, the last time that we saw that game, they said 13 million, then they said 15 million, now it's at 17 million. So within the last year, that's 4 million plus copies for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because that game's only from mid 20 what was that game? When did that game come out? That game came out at the end of 2023, right? Or like late 2023? Yeah, I think it came out like late 2023 or like fall 2023. So that game's already, before we've even hit 3 years, that game's already at 17.15 million. It's gaining on, it's gonna catch New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Once the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 edition comes out, it's gonna catch it. Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 both at Galaxy 1 at 2.28 million, Galaxy 2 at 2.24 million. So not having a major Zelda and Mario probably made Switch 2 owners buy older Switch 1 games. Older people were gonna buy Switch 1 games regardless because of the Switch 2 updates. So those were gonna be things that people would buy, like that. Like when you have a system with backwards compatibility, that's what happens. Like when the PS2 came out, people still bought PS1 games. When the PS3 came out, people still bought PS2 games. When the Xbox 360 came out, people still bought original Xbox games. When the Wii came out, people still bought GameCube games. People, because like, once again, it's one of those things when you have backwards compatibility, yeah, you're going to play some of those older games. You're going to buy them. However, Switch 2 is unique because those games are enhanced so much better over how you play them on the Switch 1. So you're going to get a lot of people buying like Echoes of Wisdom or buying, you know, Wonder, or buying some of these games so they can get those enhancements, you know. OG Spitting Facts, I see none of those guys that said that nonsense from back then. None of them. Let's see here. Porter Rock saying Sony has to do a portable and do it his way or it will fail. What is his way, Lando? What does Porter Rock say that it needs to do? I know it's been said a million times, but but it really is crazy. Nintendo went from Wii U to what become their best-selling system ever. Here's the reason why I knew that and yes, it is crazy, but here's the reason why I knew that it would do that. Because I analyzed. What I did is I looked at Nintendo over the years. Why does Nintendo run into trouble? Lack of games. The reason why Nintendo home consoles run into trouble is software droughts, lack of games. What is one way to effectively end software droughts, or end lack of games, or end the division that you have between portable teams and home console teams? Put them together. Release one system that can somehow do both. Now, I knew this back in 2013. Nintendo announced in 2013, literally right after the Wii U came out that they were combining their portable and home console R&D. What is R&D? That's called research and development. What is research and development? They research and develop the systems, the technology, all the stuff that you're going to be using. So obviously, when you combine your R&D, your portable and your home console, once again, they did this in 2013, so that was right after the Wii U came out. I knew what was on the table. When we saw the Wii U tablet, I knew what was on the table. I'm like, they're going to combine these two. They're going to combine them, and they're going to make some type of hybrid system. And they're going to have all their games on one platform. When I saw that, I was like, this system, there was some stuff that happened, but I was like, hey, look, when I saw that in January of 2017, now you're getting Xenoblade, you're getting like Bravely Default or Octopath, you're getting all this stuff, you're getting SMT. That used to be a 3DS franchise, you know, in the 3DS, and there was no SMT games on like mainline SMT games on Wii U. So wait a minute, you're getting all the portable stuff now and over on the home console. You're going to be getting Pokemon, which we have rumors of Pokemon. You're going to be getting Pokemon on the home console / portable. You're going to be getting Animal Crossing. You're going to be getting all this stuff on both. I'm like, or on one system. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. When they shut off that thing, I was like, it's a wrap. They can sell 100 million. I said that in February. When Kimishima came out and said, hey, we want to sell 100 million, people were like, no way. I'm like, yeah, wait. Because think about it for a second. If you combine Nintendo's Wii U sales plus 3DS sales, how much did that total? That was pretty much about 90 million, a little bit less than 90 million. So, and that was Nintendo's weakest like sales, like the worst advertising. The 3DS got off to a bad start. The Wii U flopped. Like, imagine if they actually had good advertising, good system name, good placement, like good everything. What if they actually advertised good like they did like with the Wii, right? Or like with the DS. They got rid of Scott Moffat. That was the old marketing guy. They got rid of Scott Moffat, or he left, you know, Mr. Clean left. And I'm like, okay, Moffat's out of there. They brought in somebody new. Everybody is on tap. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to do this for Mr. Iwata. They're going to do this for Satoru Iwata. They're going to make sure this system is good. And Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like, you're launching with a bona fide, bona fide 100% system seller. So those were all the reasons why I was like, no, this system's gonna do good. It's gonna do over 100 million, because I analyzed everything instead of just saying Wii U sucked, nobody bought it, fail, L. That was the analysis from lots of people. Nobody bought Wii U, it sucks, nobody likes Nintendo anymore, they need to go third party. That was the analysis. It wasn't like, oh, well, wait a minute, there's a lot of people still buying Nintendo systems between 3DS and the Wii U. Oh, wait a minute, what if they had Pokemon and Animal Crossing and Smash and all their system sellers on one system? Like, there was the people that were predicting failing for the Switch 1, they were predicting it based off of the Wii U and ignoring everything else. So I like to analyze when I look at things. I like to analyze. I don't like to just say this failed badly, so this is why this is gonna fail. Like, no, that's not how you do it. If you do it that way, you're gonna end up being wrong more than you're gonna be right. Let's see here. What's up, Gaming Mariner? Welcome. Also, shout outs to Elp. Appreciate that. People were also hyped for the Virtual Console games at the time. Virtual Console? Who was hyped for Virtual? What time? Yes, I'm aware of Balloon Kid and all that for GBS. I've had like at least 5 or 6 people tell me that now, but yes, I'm aware. Let's see here. Wii U might have did 50, but thank you for letting me know, Drew Arco. I appreciate that, my boy. I appreciate it, for real. Creatures Inc. didn't believe in the Switch, though. Creatures Inc. didn't believe that the Switch was going to sell well. They did not. But the reason why here's the reason why Creatures Inc. did not believe, or the Pokemon Company president, it was just one guy. Not everybody, it was just one guy. The reason why he didn't believe in it at first is because he's used to like a portable just dominating. It's a new concept. It's a hybrid. And the reason why he didn't believe in it is just because it was just a new concept for him. That's all it was. The Pokemon Company, obviously, you know how creatures are. Like, they're very set in their ways, and they feel that in order for something to be successful, it just needs to be portable. Just that's it. Low graphics power, portable. You know, so I think that's the reason why he felt that way. But he ended up being wrong. You know, he ended up being wrong. So yeah, listen, and they don't get everything right. They obviously don't get everything right. Creatures Inc. definitely doesn't get everything right. So he got that one wrong. Can you play Yoshi's Island music I forgot to request? Yes, of course. All right, Yoshi's. Remember Michael? I remember Michael Pachter back in the day. People hated him, dude. So yeah, man. I can say hello to this block though. How about that? Take this block, Mr. Pottis. Appreciate you, my boy. Thanks for coming out to my stream. Tell your mother I said thank you. Let's see here. People were hyped about what VC games were coming to the Switch 1. That's why the 3D All-Stars was exciting. Well, people were hyped about VC for the Switch 1. I mean, Switch 1 didn't get Virtual Console till like a year plus later, though. So, yeah, Switch 1 Virtual Console was delayed. Let's see. The same people calling Wii U a failure thought that the same who were falsely touting fake Switch 2 sales numbers last month. Yeah. Maybe. It might have been the same people, for sure. Might have been the same people. T-Mac says, the Switch 2 is just good math. Ain't no way you're gonna go buy a console and a handheld over 1K when you can just get all-in-one solution for 500 Nintendo getting started. Exactly. Exactly. You can get the, like, if you want to emulate what you can do with the Switch with any other system, okay, you got to buy a $500 PS5, right? $500 for the PS5 or $550 or whatever the price is or whatever. You got to spend $400 on this discount, but you're going to spend about $500, right, for the PS5. If you want to play physical games, you're going to spend another $80 on a disc drive, but whatever. So you're going to spend that money on the disc on that, and then you need to buy another $200 PS Vita. Or sorry, PS Portal. Or you can use your phone, but you're gonna have to buy maybe like a backbone controller. Those are like $100 from Sony. So you're gonna have to spend more than the all-in-one $450 solution that the Nintendo Switch 2 offers. And you also have to have the internet. If you want to do it like with PC, you're gonna have to buy the Steam Deck, or you're gonna have to buy a portable PC. Then you're gonna obviously have your PC. So same thing like with the Xbox. So it's one of those things to where Switch 2 has it on lock in terms of the ease of use, and that's why it's doing so well. Plus the big games. Obviously the first party games is great. Dan Dips with the $5 dono says, OJ Nostradamus was right about Switch 2 sales. Do you predict grifters will pony up and apologize to the Ninja Village? Let's shake the magic 8-ball. Well, I mean, listen, spoiler alert, they're not. Spoiler alert, they're not going to give me my flowers. They will never give me my flowers. Spoiler alert, no. They don't like my attitude, and I understand, man. Like, listen, I can be a little bit abrasive. Like, even my friends told me, like, even like Prime has told me, like, even some of my friends, I'm pretty sure RGT might feel the same way at times, like when I press them on certain things. I get it, but that's just because I don't do it because I'm trying to be mean. That's just how I am. That's just how I was raised in the old school era. That's just kind of how people were back then. This is actually me being nice, like me being super. This is actually me being super nice. I was just kind of raised in like the, like when your friend, like you push your friends a little bit, you roughhouse a little, put you in a headlock every now and then. I mean, I think that's the first thing that I did to Party Man when I saw him, is I put him in a headlock. Remember Party Man? Do you remember the first time? By the way, I've never met Party Man outside of just in person. I've only met Party Man through here, and the first thing that I did when I saw him is I put him in a headlock. Just because that's just kind of how I grew up, man. I'm just kind of a little bit rough and tumble. I don't mean any harm by it. This is how I am. Shout outs to Brayden with the 60 months of Jonin tier. Thank you. The first thing that I did when I saw John was like I started punching him. I started punching him and kind of like trying to like tackle him a little bit. Like this is how I am. It's not like I'm trying to be mean. Says that's terrible. You good people's OJ. Yeah, man. Bully Essence. Yeah. No, I legit did that. The first thing that I put Party Man in a headlock. Not like a hard headlock, just kind of like a come here, like, headlock, So yeah, man. Nash Weedle said Borderlands 4 is paused for Switch 2 to Take 2 to port to GTA 6 to Switch 2. This man is full of BS. Would you agree? I don't know. I don't think he's full of BS. I don't know if that's gonna happen either. So I don't know about either one of those. Maybe they pause it so they can put extra resources on GTA 6. I mean, if we get if Borderlands 4 has to die for us to get GTA 6 on Switch 2, I'd say that's a good trade-off. Because Borderlands 4 is not going to be as good as GTA 6. So, just makes sense. It's a big kid. Yeah, just a big kid. Let's see here. I feel like Switch 2 sales slow down after hitting 100 million sales. I mean, maybe. I mean, I think most systems would slow down after hitting 100 million sales, Daniel. Like, I don't think there's any systems that have hit 100 million and then the sales somehow accelerate into the moon. So, Nashville's pretty reliable. Every leaker doesn't get everything right. I mean, he's somewhat reliable. I would say that he's fairly reliable. He's not as good as Nate the Hate. He's not as good as like as Nate, but he's definitely okay. Like, he got Assassin's Creed Shadows. He got like a lot of stuff beforehand, right? So need Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters ASAP. Yo, let's go. Borderlands 4 wasn't even that well received by fans, if I recall. I mean, it was more like the performance of the game. Like, the performance was kind of off. They did do some patches, though, and helped it out. Like, helped it get better. But she did suit Nintendo not looking back at the passing the OG Switch in sales. Well, like I said, I don't know if GTA 6 is coming to Switch 2, guys. Like, I don't know if it is. I can't sit there and say that it's like that's gonna happen. We'll see. I'm not sure. Creativity is what separates Nintendo from everyone else in the gaming industry. Nintendo loves to go wacky with their consoles and games. Much gaming lacks creativity, it seems. I mean, I would say that that's definitely more, like, that happens more often, like, with Nintendo in the past. But I guess now it's kind of, like, a little bit neutered, but it's still, they still do wacky things. Like, they still do wacky stuff. No, Nash is a big fraud, says Slash. I don't think he's a big fraud. I think he gets some things right, he gets some things wrong. So I think it's like, he's gotten a lot of things right, he's gotten a lot of things wrong. It's kind of like 50-50. T-Mac with the $5 dono. We about to have so much fun gaming on Switch 2. Developers about to enjoy making games again. This will be known as the gaming awakening. I don't know if it's going to go that far. But I will say this. I think that there's definitely some games that probably encapsulate, kind of like embody what you're saying. I think a game like Orbitals, it seems like the developers had a ton of fun making a game like that. Like, retro-inspired, anime, cool type of game. I mean, that just seems like it's dope, right? Oh, what's up, Alonso? Says GTA 6 released on the Switch 1. Big love to my man T-Mac. Yo, T-Mac in the house. Yo, Tracy McGrady. Shoutouts. Thank you for the $5 donut. 123 on the board. We are out here, guys. Combo breaks. And I don't think I played the limit break, did I? I don't think I did. We got to... Oh, yeah, I don't think I played the limit break. Let's go ahead and play that. Platinum streak extended to 107. Virtual boy today. Yeah, I was able to, that boy, I was able to pick up the virtual boy. I was able to pick one up. So I'll be able to cover it around the time of launch. Because I'll be able to pick, I picked one up. I picked one up, man. So yeah, virtual boy. Virtual boy for me. Can you play the Mario Tennis 64 theme? Forgot to request. Oh yeah, no problem. Mario Tennis 64 theme. Alright. I think this is it. I just want to finish Trails in the Sky. LOL, Dragon Quest 7 and Octopath Zero will put me into the summer at this rate. Yeah. So many games. Hit that like button, though, guys. If you're not hit that like button, hit that like button. I'm not a big fan of GTA either, Great Boomy. I'm not a big fan of GTA. I don't like GTA games that much. I'm not a huge fan of GTA. Partyman might be the best. Partyman might be the best Mario Tennis player. I think he might be #1 in the world. He might be going for the top rankings and all that, bro. Top rankings of Mario. Nintendo normally announces directs one day prior, so it should be announced tomorrow. Yes, we should get the Nintendo Direct announcement tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Sometimes 6:01 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m., sometimes 7:01 a.m. PT. Nintendo operates out of the West Coast, so yeah, it should be around that time period. That time tomorrow morning. I'm gonna pick up Dragon Quest Reimagined. I will. Notice how people actually seem to be getting back to gaming lately and buying retro stuff. I think it's Nintendo's time to shine. Maybe. I'm going for the top of Mario Tennis Fever, I think. Got clown zoned at all recently. Boo Mini with the 2 says get clown zoned. Yeah, dude, I get clown zoned all the time. Like, it happens. Actually, a lot of these Nintendo Switch 2 grifters got clown zoned. They got clown zoned. They got clown zoned by Nintendo today. Like I said, tell me more. We need to talk about this more. What were some of the grifters saying? What was some more? Anybody watch grifter videos? Although not a grifter, but you know, the videos from anybody want to kind of speak on that a little bit more? We can have a little bit of fun today. We can have a little bit of fun. Oh man. No clown zone for me though. No clown. I was right today, so no clown zone. Some people got clown zone online though. Got clown zoned online. What's my friend code? My man, you got to be an elite ninja in order to get that, and then you go on our Discord and you can get that. So I just don't hand it out to anybody. Got to become a member. Exclamation mark member, all lowercase. Here's a good plug. Exclamation mark, all lowercase. You can become a member on the channel. It's only $1. Just type it all in lowercase. And if you want to join up on my friends list, play games against me or with me or whatever. Mario Tennis, we're going to be playing that. I'm definitely going to be playing some Mario Tennis. So. They've just been talking about Metroid Prime 4 sales. Yeah. Arlo's channel seems like views are down. So what kind of content can we make? Nintendo Doom post, baby. Yeah, no, you just gotta exactly. You gotta shift over to Metroid Prime 4 because you can't talk about the actual sales numbers for all the goods. You gotta talk about Metroid Prime 4, which we talked about today too, about how it might have done really good, it might have done bad. We don't know. We don't know. Nintendo does this thing where they don't, unless it's sold 1 million per each system, they won't talk about it like that. So, unfortunately. They talk about Metroid Prime 4 to cope with their lives. There we go. There we go. Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, no. I didn't say RGT's a grifter. No, I did not say that. I did not say RGT's a grifter. OmniArts spun it and said Nintendo's player base is shrinking. Yeah, that's definitely not true because their actual player base is going up. Wait, OmniArts said that their player base is shrinking. Dude, we need to debate that guy again. We need to debate him. He spun it into their player base shrinking. Nintendo actually gave us updates on their player base. So here's the actual results. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo user base, Nintendo Switch, or Nintendo active users. I think Go Nintendo had, here we go. So here's the stats. Here's the actual truth for that. Hold on, let me see is this new? No, this is November. Oh, this is November 4th. Okay, where's the update? Oh man. Give me the update. I think Go Nintendo had it. But no, they actually increased. Here we go. Here's the truth. Shout outs to OmniArch. I debated him before. We kind of clown zoned him a little bit before when he came on here. I got him kind of doubling down on like what? But yeah, he's a grifter. OmniArch he's a grifter. But like I said, no hate towards him. I think he's probably a cool guy. He's just trying to make his way on YouTube, just trying to make some money on YouTube, really. But he's definitely a grifter, 100%. His videos are grift. But here's the actual numbers when it comes to the active user, like annual user base and Nintendo's player base. Here's the real numbers. So number of Switch annual playing users rises after a drop in 2024. So here's the thing. The chart shared for 2024 January to December showed that first ever decrease in total number of Switch owners playing annually, with the total dropping to 128 million units from the previous the high of 130 million units, or 130 million. Remember, this figure includes anyone who turned on their Switch to play something in the last year. In their latest results, Nintendo revealed that the number of Switch owners playing annually for 2025 January to December actually went upwards, with 1 million users being wooed back. What we don't know is if Nintendo included Switch 2 owners in the figure, or if it's solely tied to Switch owners. We do know that it's a bit of digging. We can see the definitive answer. So it actually went back up. It's not dwindling. It went back up. And of course, the Switch 2 is here. And I think it's just Switch 1. So if you add in Switch 2, I mean, obviously, but no, like the users are actually going up. If you add in Switch 2, the amount of people that are playing Switch 2 and Switch 1, this is the highest that Nintendo's ever had their annual users. Like, people have never been more tapped in to Nintendo content than now at this point. Like, that's never been more tapped in. Sorry guys, I still accidentally put this thing here. Here we go. There we go. Now we got it right. So that's the truth with it. OmniArch, once again, he's a grifter. But I'd love to debate him on that, on different topics and stuff like that. Because like I said, I can't get through his videos. They're terrible. He went from never talking about sales numbers and never talking about data or never talking about any of that to all of a sudden a sales analyst and cherry picking sales news to be angry about. Or to grift off of for clickbait thumbnails. But like I said, he's making good money doing that. It's a business. It's a job for him. So yeah, I get it. I didn't mean to imply that you said RGT's a grifter. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's a grifter. I'm not saying that. No comment on being able to play 6'4", 260. What? Being able to make you tap within 30 seconds? Make me tap within 30 seconds? You're 6'4", 260? All right, that's cool. Could you do that? How much money you want to put on the line? 5,000, 10,000? You want to fight somewhere? You make me tap within 30 seconds? All right, I'll take that. So 10,000, friendly helper. Listen, you can hit. I got my email. You can email me. You send me your information. Let me know a date and time, and I'll definitely fight. You want to fight? Sure. 5,000 or 10,000 on the line though, and I'm gonna need half of that up front. So if you want to do 5,000, I'm gonna need 2,500 up front. You want to do 10,000? I'm gonna need 5,000 up front. So hit me up, email me. We'll work out a place and time. We'll get some sponsors together, and we'll get it going. I would love to fight somebody that big. I think it'd be fun. I'm barely 5'9". I'm about 5'9", 190 pounds. So I think it'd be a pretty big mismatch. I think you'd probably beat me up, right? So that'd be fun. Come beat me up. But I'm gonna need some money up front though. Let's see here. Arkham's Grim with the $1 dono. The funny, he don't know I'm crazy. Like, I'll fight anybody. Like, what he don't know? What he don't know is I play football. I used to lay out people 6'5". I mean, I used to play against guys that played in the NFL. You think I'm scared of you? Some rando? You're just some little punk inside your room. You're probably some little kid inside your room. If you're 6'4", 260, why aren't you in the NFL? Why aren't you in the NBA? Why aren't you in the NHL? Why aren't you playing college football? Why aren't you doing something? You're just big and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, your blue ass. Get out of here, bro. Looking like blue inside of sitting there in your room typing, trolling on a keyboard. If you really 6'4", 260, what are you doing here, brother? Get ready for the season. Get ready for the season, fam. Why are you not in the NFL or NBA? Why are you not playing? Because you trash or you're lying. There's one of two things. You're either garbage or you're lying. Why aren't you already in the UFC? Of course you're not. Blue looking self. OJ, would you fight Brock Lesnar for the right amount of money? Absolutely. I'll get beat up, so what? Of course I'd fight Brock Lesnar. If they're gonna pay me, sure. Absolutely. I'm not scared of anybody to fight. Like, if I get beat up, then I get beat up. I've been beat up before. I'm not afraid to get punched in the face. That's the difference between a lot of new school kids and old school. I grew up getting punched all the time. I had an older brother. He was 6 years older than me. He used to pick me up, fold me into a pretzel, throw me. My sister used to sit on me, man. I used to fight. They used to fight scrap in the alleys and back. Bro, I grew up old school. Y'all don't realize I grew up in the 80s and 90s, dude. You think I'm afraid of people? Especially if you're gonna pay me? I've been beat up for free. If I can fight someone and actually get some money, I'll take a beat. And they're gonna beat me up. Sure, if I get paid, even better. I'll fight John Jones if I get paid. Sure, he'll beat me up. Okay, I'll take my money and go. Sure. Rose64 just posted a rumor hinting something Xenoblade related. Ooh, maybe a video tomorrow. Look at the picture. Just sent you on Twitter. Okay, I got you. What picture? I don't see anything yet. I don't see. Oh, okay, did you DM me a picture? Thorburn just updated her spotlight page to say she worked on Xenoblade game coming out in 2026. Uh-oh! Also, considering she voiced Cosmos, Telos, and Nim in Xenoblade 2, I'm expecting Nintendo Switch 2 Definitive Edition with additional content. Oh, baby! Oh, but I said said this could happen though. I said Monolith Soft. I had video on
Early
this.
access digital deluxe versions, but man, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is what I needed right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about this tomorrow morning. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. But that's what I was saying, bro. I was like, yo, Xenoblade Monolith Soft is probably something. Monolith Soft is coming this year. Something Monolith Soft is coming this year. So. So something Monolith Soft is coming. Something. Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition? Do you think we'll get a Xenoblade movie? It could be or Origin of Shulk. The Origin of Shulk. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Like an anime or something? Let's see. Random user uses taunt on OJ. Taunt was not effective. Yeah, man. I'll be in touch with your representatives. We'll set something up. My representatives is me. So you can email me. And like I said, I'm going to need half of it up front. You give me how much you want to do it for. I'm going to need half of it up front. And like I said, you're going to make me tap in 30 seconds. So that'll be great. I would love for you to do that. That'd be fun. As long as I get my money, though. So I'm going to need half of it up front first. So my representatives are me. Something tells me you're not gonna do it, buddy. Something tells me you're not. Let's see here. We're gonna get Xenoblade card. We're gonna get Xenoblade card. Let's go. Oji, do you think that we can do Xenoblade 2 remaster, not a Switch 2 edition? No, I don't think it'd be a remaster. No, I think it would be just definitive edition, like where they just up the frame rate to 60 and then just like make it 4K. Because there's no need to remaster it. All you need to do is just up. You don't need to remaster it. You just need to update it. It's already in HD. There's no need to remaster like the whole thing. Just up the resolution, up the frame rate. That's the only problem. And then like quality of life features, like just obviously quality of life stuff. Like do more quality of life stuff, like with the blades and all that. Like fix that. If you're gonna re-release it, fix that. Fix that crap. Please fix that. Fix all that. Rearrange it. Fix it. And then we'll be good. You know, then we'll be good. Talk about fighting people online as unnecessary. Well, I mean, yeah, he said he started it with me. I'm not scared of him. I don't know, just some random dude. Like, I'm not scared of him at all. I'm never gonna back down. That's one thing my parents taught me. They're like, don't ever let some. Here's the thing. Regardless of where you're at, regardless of whatever it is, do not let people intimidate you. Do not let people intimidate you. Do not let people try to sun you or think that you're weak. Like I said, people that don't let that happen to you. Like I said, I grew up old school. In today's day, you know, I tell my daughter, like, look, listen, like, get yourself out of bad situations. But when I grew up, my parents were like, yo, don't ever let anybody punk you. You know, so I will not be punked. I will not be punked by anybody. I have Pyra and Mithra amiibo to give us powers to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition. Yes, sir. Let's do it. And Xenoblade 3 Switch 2 version, we'd get Mithra and Pyra in it. Probably not. They don't fit into the story. Like, yeah, they don't fit into the story of Xenoblade 3. Have you played Xenoblade, Nimbar? Have you beat the games? A remaster would be cool because they could bundle it with DLC. Yeah, maybe there's new content. But I mean, you can bundle it with DLC, even if it's a what's it called? Even if it's a Switch 2 edition, you can bundle it with new content too. It doesn't have to be a remaster for it to. I mean, do you mean like you mean like a Switch 2 edition, right? Like that's what you mean by remaster? Like what do you mean by like or do you mean like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, like where they actually like improve the graphics, like the textures, and like they redo some things? Like, do you mean which one do you mean? Do you mean like a Switch 2 edition, or do you mean like a definitive edition? Let's see, I'd like to play Xenoblade, but haven't done it. Ninmar, you need to stop asking about Shulk movies, about origin stories, and about Pyra and Mithra when you haven't even played the game. Why are you asking questions about Pyra and Mithra and origin stories, and if they can add characters to certain games and all that when you've never played Xenoblade? That makes no sense. So go play Xenoblade first before you start asking all those questions. That makes, like, you want to be spoiled? I don't get it. Yes, definitive edition. No, there's no need to do a definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You just do a Switch 2 edition. Can't stop playing Three Houses outright. I'm wondering, in the hopes of a sequel. Hopes of a sequel? Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is a sequel to Three Houses. I hate to, I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I won't. But if you look at the Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave trailer, look at it very carefully and look at the certain things that pop up when the characters use certain moves. Look at that and see if you can relate it to anything that's in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Also, you know the character Sodis? I think you saw the trailer, right? You know, Sodis is in Three Houses. Sodis is also in Fortune's Weave. I'm almost positive that Fortune's Weave is either a prequel or it's a sequel to Three Houses. Like, I don't see how it couldn't, you know? So I don't see how it couldn't. Let's see here. Nate and Kiwi Talks just said that what Nash said about Borderlands 4 being paused for Switch 2 because GTA 6 is BS. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what happens, right? Ultimately, anybody can say anything, so we'll see what happens. Jago, like I said, but I'm not believing that like Nash like 100% or anything like that. I'm not gonna report on that. Like not gonna report like it's like, oh, here's our actual real rumor. Yo, Jago, what's up, Jago? Thank you for the dollar, or that's British pounds, right? British pounds, $1.99 British pounds. What's good, OJ? Playing Trails tonight? Yo, shout outs. Big love. Big love. Thank you for the 2. Appreciate you. I think I follow you on Twitter, don't I? You're the artist, right? But what's good? Thank you for the support. What's up, Quiet Lion Gaming? Nate also didn't say it in that way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, let's just wait and see what happens, guys. We can sit there and we can speculate and we can talk about all this and that, but just wait and see what happens. Are you gonna play Yoshi and his strange and silly book, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book? Yeah. Oh heck yeah, I'm gonna play that game. Boom Minute. Oh my god, yes. That reminds me of Yoshi's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Like, but without the baby Mario. Nintendo must not be happy about Borderlands 4. That game had the creator spotlight. I bet they're kind of salty about that. Yeah, I would think that they're salty that they put out that creator's vision video and did all that and recorded all that and edited all that and talked about all that, and then they're gonna sit there and pause it. Like that's fraudulent behavior, bro. That's like straight up fraud behavior. Like that's why you can't trust Western developers, bro. Like that's why Nintendo's probably thinking this is why we don't be trusting you guys. This is exactly why we don't be trusting you guys. They should have gave it to somebody else. I mean, there would have been the Street Fighter developers would have loved to do that, or the what other developers would have loved to do that? You could have done that with the Street Fighter devs. You could have done that with the you could have done it with Sega. You could there are so many other developers. You could have done that with the fast racing what was it? The fast RMX guys. You could have done that with them. You could have spent that time and effort with anybody else from a third party standpoint. And they just wasted it on zany freaking what's that dude's name? That schizo. He's kind of a schizo. Forgot his name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The Gearbox guy. Randy Pitchford. That's his name. I got it before anybody else said it. Randy Pitchford. They just wasted that time and effort on Randy Pitchford. They totally could have done it. They could have done it with so many other developers. They waste their time with that guy. Crazy, bro. They could have done it with Square Enix with Dragon Quest. They could have done it with the Koei Tecmo with Dynasty Warriors Origins. They could have done it with how many other developers they could have done that with? Like crazy. Oh, okay. No, I'm not an artist. I post a lot about the trails and foolishness on in the UK. Oh, okay. I got you, Jago. My bad. I haven't played any Xenoblade games, but they look really cool. I may consider playing one. Yes, if you have not played Xenoblade, play Xenoblade. Play it. It's incredible. It's really good. Everyone's tagging me on Twitter now about the the stuff here. Everyone's tagging me on Twitter that this chick, Caitlin, she like leaked new Xenoblade thing. I mean, it could just be a typo though, guys. Like, it could just be a typo, but I'll save it and I'll save it and I'll see what's popping for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Everyone's tagging me though. Hey OJ, did you see this? Did you see this? I saw it. Aliens Colonial. Yeah, they said. I think they said something about Alien Colonial Marines coming to Wii U as well. Like they should have known from there. Don't trust them. They should have known from there, bro. They should have known. Yo, Valiant Tempest with the $10 dono. Let's go. Ah. Hey, OJ, what do you think about the Borderlands 4 situation? We're talking about it right now. Me and my wife pretty disappointed. We were excited to play it on Switch 2. Do you think I'll eventually get a port? I mean, maybe. Right now, it's up. It's probably trending downward. Less than 50%. I would probably say less than 30%. So it's probably not at this point, but you never know. It could be resurrected. But yeah, I would say this. I would say get something else instead. You know, you and your girlfriend, or what'd you say, your girlfriend or your wife? You and your girlfriend. Oh, you and your wife. My bad. You and your wife. Shout out to Valiant Tempest. Shout outs to Mrs. Valiant Tempest. You guys might try something else. Try orbitals. How about that? Take that money that you're gonna spend on there and try orbitals instead. You and your wife can play that game, and I think that that game would probably be much better for you and your wife to play. Absolutely. 140 on the board. Ayo! 10 combos away from a platinum and a half. Let's go. Justin with another 3.
They should have gave the creator's voice to Ubisoft.
Yep. Ubisoft, like a Star Wars Outlaws creator. Yep. They definitely should have gave it to Ubisoft. Now that I'm looking back at it, they should have gave it to Ubisoft and Star Wars Outlaws. They definitely should have gave it to Ubisoft and Star Wars Outlaws. Like, what a waste, man. What a waste. What a waste. What a fraudulent. 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 That would have been awesome, yeah. Try Split Fiction. They gave Split Fiction like a little creator, like in the original like Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, they gave them like a little like snippet, like where you saw like the F the Oscars guy, like he talked about it. So they gave him that, but yeah, Split Fiction probably would have been better too. But they did go over some stuff like at Haze Light and things, so they kind of have like a little mini creator's voice, but I can't, man, it's freaking Randy Pitchford, man. Freaking Randy Pitchford. I want to get Outlaws. Heard it's really good port. Yes, Outlaws is a very good port. It's a very good port. Kind of a waste. Yes, not even kind of. It is a waste. I get why they gave it to Borderlands. It was the only brand new not port AAA game announced for Switch 2. Brand new not AAA port. I think there was definitely something else, but I'd have to go back and look. But still, no, I don't think Borderlands should have got it. I don't think they should have got it. I don't think so. No. No. They shouldn't have got it. But I guess, yeah, it was one of the fewer ones. Like, yeah, like new game that was coming out that year. So yeah, because like we didn't have, but we, because the Nintendo Direct came. I'm trying to think of all the games that were coming out. That was coming out that year. That was brand new. Yeah, because like there was stuff that we were gonna get, like Star Wars Outlaws. That was last year or the year before, and then like Assassin's Creed Shadows was this year or last year, but it was already out on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm trying to look. Yeah, if you look at all the different games, yeah, Borderlands was like one of the few like AAA big ones. So yeah, I can see why they maybe. Yeah, that makes sense why they gave it to them. But still, they're frauds. So I would have gave it to somebody else. I would have gave it to Ubisoft. I would have gave it to Ubisoft. Fraud. I like this one here though too. Doc Trey says, Ed, notice, Ed, hold up. Here's the funniest thing, man. Here's the funniest thing. With Sonic Racing, the reactions to this article prove Nintendo and Mario fans are extremely gullible. And notice how we were just doing our own thing, actually playing our game, and Nintendo fans can't stop thinking about Sonic for some reason. Oh, this is great. This one's really good. Hold up, I gotta show you guys this. Sonic fans actually try to act like they didn't do anything. They're actually trying to act like they didn't spam the RV, that they weren't constantly talking down on Mario Kart, say that it's all just straight lines, that they just didn't talk about how bad it was and it was too expensive. Like that's the funniest thing about Sonic fans. They literally think this because they're morons. They forget what they do. Once again, trouble putting shapes into the right actual corresponding shape. Like the little thing like trouble, like what the first Simon Says. Like, you guys ever play Simon Says? Little dee 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 dee. Like, Sonic fans will have trouble memorizing the first like 2 or 3 patterns. They fail the Simon Says almost instantly. Like, they're the type of people, whereas like you're playing like the game like where you're dancing and then like you have to like stop or whatever, and like they keep dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep moving. Like the actual Simon Says. Like, this is the stuff that Sonic fans do. They don't even remember what they did like 5 seconds ago. Like, look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So Doc Trey quote tweeted this, and we'll talk about this Nash Weedle thing here. So here we go. Notice how we're doing our own thing and actually playing our game. Doc Trey says, how Sonic's new racing game will destroy Mario Kart 9. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds versus Mario Kart World. Dead peak. Is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds better than Mario Kart? Than the Mario Kart killer? They just ended Mario's racing career. 139,000 views. 139,000 views. 139,000 views. Look at these views, guys. 53,000 views. 40,000 views. What's this? This is on Twitter, but 14K views. But we got to bookmark this one so we can make a video later. We got to bookmark it so we can make a video, bruh. Bro. We're just doing our thing, playing our game. We're just doing our thing, playing. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop lying. Stop with the cap, bruh. Stop with the cap. Stop with the cat. You heard of the potential Xeno news, OJ? Yes, I did hear about it. We went over it. I'll talk about it in a video tomorrow morning. Probably. Let's see it. The next Mario Kart game is going to beat Sonic in terms of copies. The next Mario Kart game is not coming out anytime soon. This Mario Kart game that we already have is already obliterating it in terms of copies. I need to ask a serious question. Are those genuine Sonic fans or Nintendo haters grifting? I don't know. I don't think that they're Nintendo haters grifting. I think that it's just Sonic fans acting crazy because that's what Sonic fans do.
If they do Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition, do you think they will do Switch 2 physicals for the other games? The physicals would look awkward if they only print XBC2 on Switch 2.
That's something I don't know yet. I'm not sure if they do something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Dane, we'd have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure Mario Kart World killed Sonic Cross Worlds. Get it right, Sonic fans. They really thought they could talk that big mess and lost. Nah, sales will go up. We're just getting off the old data, bro. I listen, man. Listen. It might be over. It might be over at this point, bro. It might be over at this point. There's definitely some big problems that Sonic's dealing with. But once again, I think that I'll talk about this once. I'll talk about it again. I think it was a big mistake. I think it was a huge mistake from Sega to go after Mario Kart World. Like, I don't think it was a good idea. Now, like, hindsight being 2020, I think they should have done more like, hey, if you like Mario Kart World, this game is going to be dope too. Like, I don't think they should have done it in a standoffish way. They should say, hey, look, the more kart racing games, the better. They should have leveraged the audience instead of pitting the audience against each other. I think it was a bad idea. I think that was a bad idea. Party up with the $5 dono.
Sonic fans are the most fraudulent fan base I've ever seen. They are full of it. They did nothing but bash, post stupid RV pics, and compare everything with Mario Kart from launch to the Game Awards. I don't want to hear them now run away acting innocent.
Playing victim. Playing a victim. Oh, we just played our... No, you weren't. How can somebody even say that on Twitter when they were literally spamming the RV under every single Nintendo post? And like Nintendo was sitting there like Michael Jordan, like I took that personally, like from the freaking Jordan, from the Jordan doc, from the freaking Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? The last dance from the like. I took that meme, Michael. I took that personally. Like, bro, like, what do you mean, bro? You were spamming the RV 24/7. Don't tell Sonic fans Kirby racing game beat them out too. Yeah, Kirby kind of clocked them over the head as well. They got kind of cooked by Kirby as well. Because of Japan, apparently the breakdown was this. Japan bought 900,000 copies of Kirby Air Riders. Japan said, "Nani? Kirby!" Oh, they transformed into Kirby, bro. Japan bought 500,000 copies physical, 400,000 copies digital, according to the automation breakdown. So that's not confirmed from Nintendo, but that's just the breakdown, it seems. So the game sold 1.7 million, 1.76 million, and 900,000 copies of that was from Japan. So more than half. Yeah, The Last Dance, bro. I took that personal. Don't tell Sonic, but yeah, it got kind of cooked by Kirby too. It got kind of cooked by Kirby, so. Justin with the 3 as well.
They also really thought Sonic would win the award over Mario Kart.
That was like the cherry on top, because I was waiting for Fidel's reaction, because you know him, he harbors, you know, a horde of Simon Says challenged Sonic fans. That's where they all congregate and, like, you know, put together plans for like stupid Sonic stuff. Anyway. No, I can't believe it! I was laughing so hard because I didn't care. I was like, oh, maybe Sonic's gonna win. Maybe they'll give him a W, because they got cooked in the sales. So let me just give them a W. You know, they got cooked there. But to lose the sales, to lose the Metacritic score, and to lose the Game Awards, oh man, you just, bro, that's like so many L's in a row, bro. That's too many L's in a row. That's a lot of L's, fam. That's a lot of L's in a row. I feel bad for him. It's like when nobody showed up to my birthday party, bro. When nobody showed up, that's an L. I don't care what anybody says. My friend Andre, he was like, hey OJ. Shout out to, I'll tell you this story just a bit. OJ, Dragon Quest 7 Rematch Switch 2 Edition is #1 on the eShop bestsellers. Yeah, it's going back and forth between Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade and Dragon Quest. Those are going back and forth. So shout outs. Thank you so much. Quiet Lion Gaming. Thank you for the $5 dono. Appreciate that. It was like when nobody showed up to my birthday party in college. There was no way to sugarcoat it. It's a massive L. It's multiple L's. 1 L because I thought people actually liked me. 2 L's because I took the time to actually plan the event and buy drinks and to let people know and to set up the surround sound and the sound system and to be able and clean clean everywhere and to get food and like snacks. That's another L. And then the 3rd L was the fact that nobody showed up. And my boy Andre, my friend Andre, he actually showed up. He drove in from Merced. He took the bus or whatever from Merced, but he's like my best friend, like one of my best friends. And he came through, like my roommates were there. And he's like, hey, OJ, where's all the people at? And he was smiling because he know good and well nobody was coming. That's an L. It don't matter. People, my friend George was trying to like, hey, it's okay. He's like, it's okay, OJ. You know, it's okay. You still have fun. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear you right now. This is an L. This is an L. So there's no way to sugarcoat this, Sonic fans. This is an L, bro. You got beat out in the review score. You got beat out in the sales. You got beat out at the Keeley Awards. It's the triple crown of L. It's like my birthday. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's an L. It's an L. People were saying, it's okay. No, it's not okay. That was an L for me, guys. It's just plain and simple. There was no other way to look at it. And on top of that, my friend, a good friend of mine that I've known since 8th grade. I told you about this girl, this one chick. And on her birthday over the summer, that previous year, because my birthday's in April, her birthday was over the summer. On her birthday, I drove 2 hours from CV. I drove from my hometown. I drove to about a little bit less than 2 hours to Fresno when she told me the night before, but we're friends. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll get in my little ghetto Toyota Corolla. I'll pack up my sound system. She said, can I use your apartment? Can I use your sound system? Can you clean everything? I had to go there, and my friend Andre had a party there, and he just left everything all messy. So I went there, I cleaned everything, okay? I cleaned everything. I went, and this is like I said, the summer before, this girl, and I went and I hosted her birthday party. One of the people that came to that birthday party threw up in my sink. And the toilet was perfectly clean. She could have cleaned up, she could have threw up in the toilet. She threw up in the sink. So I had to clean that too. And I did the surround, I did like the DJ, like I had all the music and everything, and there was a nice party, there was people there and everything. And guess what? I told her about my party. She didn't even show up. She didn't even show up. She lived right next to me. I lived on the first floor, she lived on the second floor. And she went somewhere else, she didn't even show up, and then she lied about it. And then she told me, like, later when I said, hey, where were you? Like, why didn't you come by? She's like, oh, I went around and I didn't see anybody there. And then my friend Anji was like, no, we were here the whole time. No, the music was on. We were here the whole time because we told our neighbors. We had like one neighbor like, hey, look, we're going to be having a party. It's going to be a little loud. They're like, oh yeah, it's cool. And then she tried to lie about it. L. It's L. People they didn't like me, and that's fine. But you gotta take it, you gotta handle it. So Sonic fans, I realized the art of taking an L 20 years ago. This was in 2010. Was it 2010 or was it 22? I think it was 2010. So I learned the art of the L 16 years ago. Going on. So you guys need to learn the art of the L. Take your L. Don't worry about it. It is what it is. The triple crown of L. It happens. It's happened to the best of us. You know? It happened to me. He says, nah, I'd be mad too. Oh, I was definitely mad. But once again, I'm glad that it happened. I'm honestly glad that it happened because you know what it told me? It told me that I don't need to be around people that don't mess with me. You don't mess with me, I'm not gonna mess with you. It made me be resilient and it made me grow thick skin. It made me grow prickly skin. You know, like to the point to where nothing phases me. No matter how bad I can be, no money, broke, desperate, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to find a way to crawl out of it. I'm going to find a way to get back. And I needed that resilience later because I had some bad years of my life afterwards, you know, like professionally, like with my job and all that. So I needed that. So it taught me a lot. It taught me something. Like I said, villain arc, man. At that point, I said, I don't really need to be anybody's friend. I don't find people don't like me. That's okay. I'll find people that like me. I'll find people that mess with me, and I can only be around those people. And once again, we did, like online, obviously, I found people that like me. You know, I have my friends. I have John, and I have people that I've met IRL. I have people that I'm cool with that if I need to talk to them, I can DM them anytime. Or I can text message Paul Gale. I can talk to Paul Gale. When my Twitter account got hacked, Paul Gale was there for me. We DM'd each other. Like, I can find people that actually mess with me. Like, Paul's cool, like, and he lives in Los Angeles. Like, whenever I get the next opportunity, I can go visit him. So I can seek out people that mess with me. You know what I'm saying? That are cool with me. I don't have to try to fit in. I can find people that, you know, that like me for who I am or whatever, you know? So that's what that taught me. Like, stop trying to ask for acceptance for people that clearly don't like you or clearly, you know, aren't going to help you if you help them. Like, don't worry about that. So like I said, so that's what I did. And that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. because like I said, it helped me. I think it helped me make PlayerEssence too. Like I'd been wanting to have a community, you know, to like talk about games, like people that I'm like-minded with, you know. Let's see. You still think the partner showcase is this week or no? Yeah, it is. Tomorrow morning. We'll probably get an announcement tomorrow morning. Let's see. We're taking too many L's with Sonic. We need a W somehow. W. Maybe like when the physical version of Sonic Racing Crossworlds comes out. Maybe that's the W that you guys need. The problem with Sonic in general is that the franchise hasn't really had a good quality game in a long time. I think Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a good game. He says, man, this topic is hitting hard. Listen, man, it's okay. Definitely builds character. A similar thing happened to me as a kid. It's even worse as a kid. If nobody shows up to your birthday party as a kid, that sucks. And to be honest, I'll say this. I'm not even that mad because my friend Dominic, who's a good friend of mine, when I was a kid, he had a birthday party and I kind of did the same thing. It was like when we were like 10 years old. Like I didn't go, but it was a little bit different because it was like, I'm not sure if I was even able to go, but I think I was able to go and I just didn't feel like going because I didn't feel like walking all the way to the park over the weekend. And he was mad at me. But like I said, that we were 10 years old and I didn't live right next to the park. I would have had to walk all the way to it. So I remember that happened, but I never it's not like I invited him to like my birthday party and he came to my birthday party. It was just his birthday party. He invited like the whole school to his birthday party at this park and like nobody showed up. But the problem was, like I said, it was on a weekend and it was just like, back then we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all that. So like going to the park on the weekend and like, you know, with school, like it just, we had it, but it just wasn't like the same thing, you know, like it wasn't at his house or, you know, like where I need to get a drive like from my mom or something like that. Like it was just, hey, come to the park at this time. I remember he had like flyers and everything. But he didn't really have any food though. There was like candy apples there. That was it. Like someone was like a candy apple. That was it. There was no cake or anything. At least according to him. I thought the direct announcement would happen yesterday. No, if the direct is going to be on Thursday, you need to watch my videos, Ninmar. You're here all the time for my streams, but you're never like, you need to watch my videos so you know what's going on. Because we talked about this already in my vids. So the Nintendo Direct is going to be on Thursday. It's going to be on Thursday. So they announced it a day before. So that means they'd announce it on Wednesday. To be honest, the only reason why I haven't bought Sonic Crossroads is because I'm waiting for the Switch 2 physical version. There you go, Anders. When do you predict we'll get the General Direct? I'm not sure, Boo Mini. I have no idea when we'll get that. Hopefully before Mario Day. I think Sonic fans should be more worried about Kirby Air Riders than Sonic or the Mario Kart World. Just saying. I think a lot of the Sonic racing fans probably bought Kirby Air Riders and thought it was pretty good. So I think maybe that was what happened there. So. We're on Direct Watch. Yeah, tomorrow morning around maybe 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. we should probably get Nintendo Direct announcement. Like, if VGC is right. I think Sonic fans should be more worried. Okay, yeah, I already read that, my bad. The fourth racing game that released the last year was a new Garfield card. Ninmar, what games do you play? I'm gonna ask you, what games do you actually play? Like, what's your favorite games? Like, what are you playing on like your Switch 1 or your Switch 2 or like Xbox or PlayStation or PC? Like, what are you actually playing? I'm curious. I like Crossworlds, but I dodged anyone online trying to pick a fight with Mario Kart World. Sega didn't help with that commercial. Yeah, it didn't help. I've been waiting for Sonic Crossworlds on Switch 2 physical. I keep on saying that I'm waiting on the physical. And like when the physical comes out soon, I'm like, eh. Twitter's so funny because like Switch Force was like 60 FPS portable mode for brand new multi-plat games make Capcom the GOAT Switch 2 publishers so far. That's absolutely awesome and should become the standard from everybody else. The era of Nintendo being too far behind in terms of power is over. Then Scooter says, weren't you just complaining about the prospect of a partner direct? Yeah, you see the 60 frames? Oh, partner direct. Oh. Oh. I love Nintendo fans. I love Nintendo content creators. Zach is awesome, but Nintendo fans and content creators are the best. Like, legitimately, for better or for worse, myself included. I'm crazy too. Myself included. Like, RGT, like, all of us that create Nintendo content are awesome. All the grifters, like, everybody combined just creates like one dysfunctional family. It's just great, man. It's just shout outs to Scooters, man. That was hilarious. So weren't you just complaining? Yeah, this should be the yeah. Oh, partner choking. Oh, partners. Are you happy or sad? What are you talking about? You're bragging about that. You just complaining about partner showcase. Oh my goodness. That's why you got to call these people out, man. Yeah, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. I like Zach, though, so I don't ever call him out hard. I just say, yo, Zach, like, this is how I feel on this topic, you know? I just do that. But I think Switch Force is awesome. He's been in it for a long time, too. I like Switch Force. I like Zach. I think he's cool. He's been in it for a long time. And like I said, he's had some like, listen, when you reach the levels of being able to interview Miyamoto, and like now you have to kind of dial it back because your channel isn't like that anymore, I think Zach works hard. Like, I think he's worked hard and he's had a lot of issues, like, you know, his friend Gabe dying. And so, I mean, I think Zach is cool, man. Like, I think he's cool, but I think it's tough from like an ego perspective. I imagine, you know, having a channel that was crazy popular where you made a ton of money, right? Like with this Ghost Robo channel. And then I'm not trying to clown him or anything like that. This is me just talking from a content creator standpoint. So you get 1 million plus subscribers and you get all sorts of views and money, and then that just it just becomes a relic. It just fades. Nobody cares like that anymore about it. And you just got this big old channel with 1 million plus subscribers and like nobody really watching the content like that. And then you create Switch Force, which ultimately became one of the bigger Nintendo channels. And it still is one of the bigger Nintendo channels, but obviously not to the level of what Ghost Robo was able to get. So I think he tries, man. I mean, he's been doing it since he was a kid, since he was little. I think he's in his like early 30s or mid 30s, early 30s. So he's been doing it since he was little. Like, he's been doing it for a long time. So I gotta give OGs credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might not agree with everything, and he doesn't agree with everything with me, but Zach's an OG, man. So OGs, we gotta stick together. But you can call the OGs out. But that's the cool thing about Zach. He never takes anything personal. That's the best thing about him. I've never seen him lose his cool or get too crazy about how people would treat him in certain things. You know, I think he does a good job. I mean, obviously there's some times where you get upset or you say some things, but I think he's done a pretty good job of keeping his sanity over the course of the decade plus that he's been doing YouTube. Yeah, I think he's like 34 or 35 years old. I think he was, yeah, he's like in his, I think he's like 34 or 35. He looks great for his age, obviously, because I don't think he has a high-risk lifestyle. Grifter Force, put the fun in dysfunctional. I just think content creators just like yapping to yap. Content creators, I think I might be absolutely love hearing their own voice. I think I might be guilty of this too. But it depends. I don't like hearing my own voice when I have to edit my own videos. I hate hearing my own voice. But when I live stream right now, I like hearing myself yap. I don't know. I think this is because like my videos, like they're structured, so it's like whatever. I don't want to like listen to that again. But like when I yap on a live stream, it's different. It's like I can interact with all you guys. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah, some content creators absolutely love just hearing themselves talk like in videos. Like, oh man, I'm this or I'm that. So. You mean Zach Scott Games? No. Zach from Switch Force and Zach Scott Games are two different people. Those are not the same person. Zach Scott Games, that's his channel. He's, I think, a bit older. I'm not really sure, but he's an OG, but his channel's still doing fine. He's one of the few Let's Play channels from back in the day that still get really good views on new Let's Plays. I'm talking about Zach from Switchforce. Zach from Switchforce used to have a channel called Ghost Robo, and that channel was very popular in the like 2010s ish or so. He grew expeditiously. Like, he grew so fast. Like, it was crazy. Like I said, so the guy who runs Switchforce, he has another channel called Ghost Robo that has like 1 million plus subscribers. Like, crazy big channel. But it's a Let's Play channel. So it just kind of died out with like Let's Plays. But he got really, really big on it. There was a game called Evolve back in like it was like 2012, 2013. There was a game called Evolve. And that game, I think it was from the people that created Left 4 Dead. And like, he used to make all sorts of videos on Evolve, and those videos would blow up. People would subscribe like crazy to those videos. I remember watching, I mean, I didn't like Evolve, but I remember watching his videos on Evolve. And like, he did other games too that blew up. But yeah, it was in that era of where, you know, Let's Players were blowing up left and right depending on what game you were playing. And then here comes my stupid self with like Wonderful 101 Let's Play. Nobody cares. Or like BioShock Infinite years later on PC. Nobody cares, OJ. Like, you have to do the Nintendo games if you're gonna do like a Let's Play. But I was too stupid back then. One thing that made the next 3D Mario Odyssey is having 100 playable characters. One thing that make the next 3D Mario top Odyssey is having 100 playable characters. I don't know what that means, Denmar. I think at this point, are you a bot? Like, are you like a... Like, what are you talking about, dude? 100 playable characters? Why? You don't need 100 playable characters in a Mario game. That makes no sense. You mean like outfits? What do you mean? It's like the league, man. You can't be... you could be a first-round pick with talent, but eventually you're not the guy anymore. You got to play your position. Exactly. Yeah. I think I was always... I don't think I ever came off the bench. I don't think I was ever a starter in my career. I think I got cut multiple times. I think I'm finally just getting my shot, like off the bench. I'm averaging like 5 points a game. I've been in the I was like in the G League for like for many years. 35 years old, finally getting my shot with the Lakers. Did you say the big news already? We went over the big sales news, Cold 44. So we were talking about that. That's what the big news is the sales numbers. It's not like one singular, here is the big news. It was like just one, it was the topic of the sales. Let's see here. Still in the league though. Yeah, still in the league. Listen, I'm coming off the bench. I might not be the 6th man or the 7th man, but damn it, I'm in the rotation, okay? I am in the rotation somewhat. I'm there. I'm in the I'm maybe the 8th person up. You know, I'm maybe the 8th person up. So I am not Bronny. He never plays unless there's like a blowout. I'm in the 8-man rotation. I'm in the 8-man rotation. Bronny's not in the 8-man rotation. And on top of that, Bronny got drafted and is playing because of his dad. My dad didn't do a damn thing for me to get where I am right now. My dad did not help me one iota with this channel, okay? My dad did not do a damn thing. So, I thank him for, like, you know, I wouldn't be alive without him, so if there was something that he did, okay. I thank him for feeding me for the first number of years of my life, but when it comes to me being in this league, he did not do it. He doesn't even know this league exists, bruh. I don't think he even knows or cares. We have not had any conversation about what I do for a living. I don't think he even knows what I do for a living. Honestly, like, I don't think he even knows. Or like, I don't think he even cares. I don't think he knows. I don't think he cares. And that's fine. That's no big deal, you know? So unlike Bronny, oh man, it's all good though. It's all good. Shout out to my father-in-law. He's dope. He knows what I do and he likes me a lot. So shout out to my father-in-law. He's goated. He's goated. I love my father-in-law. I love him. I love him so much. He's great. So, and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they're like awesome, man. Like, they're like so cool. My father-in-law's dope, you know, so my mother-in-law's dope. So shout outs to them. My mom, obviously, my mom is incredible. Love my mom so much, but my father-in-law's great. So, hell, my father-in-law's done more for this channel than my my father-in-law. He prays for me all the time. He prays for me to, you know, have good health, and he prays for me to do well, and he prays for me to get views. So heck, he does more than my father-in-law did more, bro. You know. One of these days I'll hold an award saying I would like to thank my dad for this award, but I ain't gonna, because I did all myself. Thanks for nothing, Dad. Just I know, seriously. Oh man. Let's see. Of course, you're taking care of his baby. Yeah, of course. Robert Horry got all the rings, but not an all-star. Yeah, Robert Horry never got an all-star nod, did he? He was a great player, though. He was really good, though. Robert Horry, like, I watched Robert Horry's, like, his career. Like, he was always a really good player. So. Excuse me. Does sound like, oh yeah, he's an awesome father. He's great. Brawny. But anyway, that's that arc. We can get into questions. If you guys have questions, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence. Let's see here. Switch After Dark with the $5 says, Dean waved the white flag. He said he underestimated Switch 2 in 2025. Tried to tell him it was too soon. LOL. I mean, did he wave the white? I don't know if he did. People are saying like it's mixed messaging. He made one video saying that they barely scraped by because of price drops. So he didn't really like wave the white flag, but I guess he made another video. I don't watch his channel because like I like to have my brain functioning properly. So like watching people that are just like, you know, that are mentally unill or mentally unwell isn't my forte. That's not my thing. But yeah, did he? Apparently some people said he made like 2 videos. So shout out to Switch After Dark. Hey, but Switch After Dark, how about those Kirby Air Riders sales, right? What about that? You were clouding. I remember, dude, you were saying the game wasn't gonna do well. I was like, dude, I think it's actually gonna do pretty well. 1 month of sales data, 1.76 million units, and still counting, still selling. He said he was wrong person, wrong person, or he said he was wrong. My sources, wrong person. Okay, hold on. What are you trying to say? He said he was wrong. Person, my sources. Oh, you meant per your sources? Interesting. Said he was wrong. I mean, duh, he was wrong though. I mean, like that was, of course that was gonna happen. He was cooked as soon as the Switch 2 sold 10 million. He was cooked. Like he was cooked as soon as it sold that much. He was cooked as soon as that happened. He was absolutely cooked. OJ is more like Macau. I don't know if I'm even that good. I don't know. I'm maybe like Patrick Beverly coming off the bench. Ain't nobody really like him, but you can't deny his talent. He's scrapped to be there. Maybe a bit undersized, but at the same time, scrappy, ready to play. I give myself Patrick Beverly. 7th, 8th man off the bench. Let's see here. There's something wrong with y'all buying that game that much, but I was wrong. Yes, yeah. I was wrong on some things too. So, dude, Japan. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like Japan, dude. Japan is gonna buy the game a lot. Japan bought 900,000 copies of the game. Apparently, it sold 500,000 copies physical and 400,000 copies digital, per automation sales breakdown. So crazy. Yeah, Pat Beverly's not bad, but people just don't like Pat Beverly in the league. People just don't like him. So, but yeah, shout out to Switch After Dark. Thank you for the 2 multiple donos, bro. Let's go. Combo breaks. Sakurai really had to push that game to get it going, though. That's why they wanted to advertise it, man. It sold well. Sold well. Japan showed TF out for Kirby. Shout out to them. Oh yeah, they did. They really did. Would love to see a boxing match between Pat Bev and Draymond. I'm pretty sure Draymond would win. Draymond has too big of a reach advantage, and Draymond's pretty strong. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that Draymond wins. See the news about Sakurai's cat? I did. Unfortunate for Sakurai's cat. Shout outs to Sakurai's kitty. Before the Switch 1 sold a lot of copies, I thought it would sell a bunch of copies more than 1 million. I don't know what you're talking about, Ninmar. So, Pat Bev would destroy Dre. He's a mama's boy. Wait, there's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy. That doesn't mean you're weak because you're a mama's boy. I'm a mama's boy. I'm not getting destroyed in fights. Hold up here. Wait, why is this song so long? What's going on here? How long is this? Okay, it's over. So yeah, switch to. I mean, the fact that people are apparently people are throwing in the flag. I mean, listen, guys, we already knew he was cooked. That's what happens when you try to convince yourself. You try to grift yourself into thinking something that's not actually real. But like, he's in denial. Like, he's in denial. And that's why I said it's always important to make sure that you don't let your emotions of how you feel about a product cloud your coverage of that said product. If you don't like it, or if you don't like if you're mentally unwell and you equate, you know, you wanting the system to do bad because you don't like the price of the system, don't misguide your audience. Why lie to your audience? I mean, it was for money, obviously. He doesn't have to pay back all the wrong, like, you know, the videos that he made that were wrong, lying about the Switch 2 sales, saying that nobody's buying it, making up weird things, that buyer's remorse, and all this weird stuff, pulling weird data, try to manipulate and try to make it seem as if nobody likes the system. All this nonsense that he's doing, don't let your emotion, and like that's why I say he's mentally unwell, because why would somebody do this if it wasn't just for money? Like, people say, oh, it's not for money. He says that he's not a grifter. It's obviously he's grifting, but he's mentally unwell. Like, to be so attached to something to where you have to sit there and try to make it look bad for the whole year and to manipulate your audience, that's the worst type of person. Like, and I don't want to act like I'm holier than thou. I'm not trying to say that, but that is the worst type of person. Like, guys like Nintendo Clown, worst type of people that will sit there and lie to you and manipulate and try to make it seem as if something isn't doing well because of their own personal vendetta against the system, instead of just being straight up and being honest and looking at all the information and sourcing out information and speaking with people that disagree with you and going on other people's shows and saying, hey, look, let's get different viewpoints. Let's get different opinions. Let's debate. Let's talk about, let's get our audience the best possible information. These are the worst type of people that you do not want to be friends with. That will, if they feel that you did something, or if they feel that something slighted them, they will manipulate and backstab and do weird things because they don't like the fact that something happened. It's so weird. Like, you can't trust people like this. Sitting there lying about Switch 2 sales for 7-8 months, lying from the very jump, lying, manipulating data. That's, like I said, that's bad, bro. That's straight up clown mode. You don't wave the white flag. What are you waving? Bro, like, you've been saying that the sales were going to be, that the sales are trash every time. What happened? Nothing changed. Nothing changed. So it's like, that's clown mode, bro. We got to call it Nintendo Clown, bro. We going Nintendo Clown now, bro. But this is what people do. This is what some people do. It's lying. It's manipulation. It's scummy. But in the world of YouTube money and the YouTube views, people are slimy, bro. Content creators are slimy as hell. That's a slimy thing to me, because once again, he's been saying nobody's buying it for years, or for not years, but for months now. Nobody's buying the system. Okay, who's buying it? It's 15 million plus sell through, by the way. That's also a record. for the first 7 months. Who's buying it then? Clearly people are buying it. 15 million sell through, 17 million shipped. It's not like, oh, they have like 17, because he tried to say that, oh, there's 17, was a lot shipped, but the sell-through's bad. No, the sell-through's great. The ship numbers are great. The sell-through's great. So it's like, it's just, but all year, all last year, that's what we're getting. We're getting lies. We're getting manipulation. Scummy, bro. Scummy. If you want to be honest with, if you want to be a real person, like a real actual good person, you'd want to invite other people to get opinions and analyze the data from there and go forward and invite other people's opinions that disagree with your opinion. That is the best way to best serve your fans. If you serve your fans in an echo chamber, that doesn't make anything better. That you're not a good content creator if you echo chamber yourself. That's what a lot of these people do. No offense to Arlo, but they echo chamber themselves. They don't want to come on any other shows. They don't want to discuss differences of opinion. They don't want to do none of that. They just want to sit there in their room and damage control and make angry videos and sit there and lie. A lot of these dudes just want to do that. And it's very unfortunate that they don't want to actually talk to other people, because I could have told you guys and his audience, they could have got some real information, because a lot of these guys only watch grip videos. They don't watch my videos, or they don't watch Nintendo Prime's videos. They call us names, they call us fanboy, so they don't watch our videos. And our videos, obviously, we don't get crazy views, you know, where like everybody's watching. We just have our little audiences that we have. And sometimes a video might pop off here and there, but for the most part, all my videos on the Switch 2 sales being good, all of them, none of them do 100K. None of them do 50K or 60K. It's not like they're reaching a crazy big audience. They all do like maybe 10K or 15K or 20K at tops. So a lot of people aren't actually seeing the truth. That's the sad part about it, you know? That's the sad part about it. No, 15. Did I say 25? No. I said 15 million sold through. 15 million sold through, not 25 million. The system hasn't shipped that. I have not thrown anything in too early. Everything is proceeding as expected so far. Maybe my final prognosis, it's still undeniable either way after that. Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, Switch After Dark, I think at this point, I think it's safe to say that the system's going to be successful. There's no, like I said, there's no system in the history of systems that has ever shipped 17 million units in the first 7 months and ended up not selling well, not selling 100 million, or not selling significantly well. So I think at this point, it's a foregone conclusion that the Switch 2 is going to be a successful system. Like, I mean, the only way that you can try to make it to where it's not going to be is if you Switch 1 it. If you try to just compare it to Switch 1 with everything. But once again, Switch 1 is, depending on who you talk to, it might be the best-selling system of all time, or it could ultimately end up being the best-selling system of all time. Most systems don't sell as good as Switch 1. So making comparisons to Switch 1 to me is, you can do it, but I don't think it's a great comparison. I think, because once again, most systems don't sell as good as Switch 1. Most systems don't sell as good as PS2. So most systems probably shouldn't be compared to Switch 1 and the PS2, even if they're direct follow-ups. The PS3 is a direct follow-up, didn't sell anywhere near as good as PS2. The PS4 is a gen ahead follow-up, didn't sell anywhere near as good as the PS2. The PS5 is not going to sell anywhere near as good as the PS2. You know, most of these systems aren't going to sell as good as PS2 and as DS and as Switch 1. Most systems aren't. That's the reason why, if you look at the best all-time sellers of systems, the PS2, the DS, PS2, and the Switch, they're all in a league of their own. Then there is a fat gap between those three systems and every other system. Because selling as good as the DS, PS2, or the Switch 1 is really unheard of. Out of all the systems that we've had thousands of systems in the history of systems. Hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but we've had so many systems, and most systems don't even come close to those three systems. So it's not really, in my opinion, super logical to say, oh, well, if it doesn't hit what Switch 1 does, and I'm not saying that you're doing that, Switch After Dark. I'm just saying, like, some people are trying to compare it to Switch 1, like, 24/7. Like, oh, well, it needs to do that in order for it to be good. It's like, not really. It's selling better now, but that might slow down. That's probably going to slow down. But it doesn't have to sell as good as Switch 1. It can sell under Switch 1 and still be very successful. It can outsell the Wii and be very successful. You know, so it doesn't have to do that. Let's see here. Yak Diesel with the $21 and says another random Yak Diesel question. Have you drawn up a will for who will inherit your game collection after you go? I don't have any kids yet, but I do have a nephew. May pass mine down to him if I don't have any offspring. I am going to sell my game collection. I will not pass it down to my child. No. When it comes, I have not drawn up a will yet, but I have verbally told that give everything to my son. So that's most everything to my son. And I haven't done the specifics like with money, like to my daughter, but I'll probably split it between the two, like between my daughter and my son. But I haven't drawn up anything just yet. I've only just said things verbally because it's a bit early, but I guess you never know, right? Knock on wood. But yeah, nothing yet, but I'll probably do it like within the next 20 years. I'll probably do it. I'll draw something up for them. But yeah, right now, no, just because I think it's a bit too early. But yeah, I'll think of something. Like, let me wait till I get like what I know I'm gonna have, you know, and like maybe like when I retire, and then I'll draw something up so I know like here are my assets, here's what I have, here's like here's everything that I have, and then I can split it up. But right now, like I'm still kind of growing up. I'm still like I might get a different house in like 20 years or 15 years, right? Or I might own something else that I don't own right now. So there's no point in doing something right now, like because like I don't have everything that I'm gonna have. So let me wait, like, you know, let me wait a few decades, and then I'll draw something up, you know. Let's see here. What's crazy is Switch 2's outpacing Switch. It is right now. And I don't know if it's going to continue that, though. So we'll see. Thank you, Yak Diesel, for the $21. Oh, my goodness. That is awesome, man. 6, 7, 8. 191. Or 190. On the combo board. Yo, double platinum tonight? Let's go. That will not continue, though. It doesn't have a good economy as Switch. Yeah, it doesn't have as good of economy as Switch. It doesn't. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what games they have out for it. Like, I don't think it's going to continue where it keeps on outpacing it. But we'll see. It can still sell really good. And once again, it doesn't have to outsell Switch 1 in order for it to be successful. Like, it doesn't have to. That's just Switch 1's too hard to, like, it's going to be tough to sell more than 155 million systems. That's just, it's too difficult. Most systems can't do that. Pre-ordered Mario Tennis Fever today. Yo, let's go. PS2 and Switch 1 are anomalies. Oh, far from being. Yeah, PS1 and what's more likely is like 90 to like 120 million. Like, that's more likely. We have a lot of systems that have, well, not a lot of systems, but we've had a number of systems that have done, okay, here's 80 million, here's 90 million, here's 100 million, here's this. Like, that's more likely than saying, oh, 155. Like, that's just too high. But once again, we don't know what the economics are going to be like here in 7 years. Like, 7 years, we're going to have a completely new president. We're going to have no politics, please. We're going to have a completely new president, maybe even 2 new presidents, right? Actually, every 4. Yeah, so we can be 2 separate presidents deep. We can be the trade with China or the trade with Japan and like parts and components could be completely different. Nintendo could release a Switch 2 Pro XL Lite. Like, we just don't know. 5, 6, 7 years from now, I have no idea how the economy is going to be. The economy now can be completely different from the economy then. I don't know how it's going to be. So we have to wait and see for that, you know? It's all downhill globally from it. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because, I mean, people were telling me that there's no way that the Switch 2 will be able to sell what it's going to sell in our 2025 economy. And it was able to sell that and even then some. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what's going to happen in the very future, because presidents affect trade and policy. So without knowing who's going to be the president and what their policies are, tariffs, taxes, things like that, like a president can completely affect the economy and global trade and things like that. So we don't know who the president's going to be in 7 years or 6 years. We have no idea in what their policies are going to be to either uplift or to send things even further. So it's one of those things that we're just going to have to wait, you know? We just have to wait, because once again, if we get somebody else in and they value trade and want to make things way cheaper for materials and parts and components and want to do way less tariffs and stuff like that, that can completely change the prices of things. That can completely change. I mean, look at how many people have went out of business because of tariffs. Tariffs have caused hundreds, if not thousands of people to go out of business. And it's caused the really, really rich people to be able to afford things, and the people that are poor have to close shop and do something else. So that could completely change, where small business is propped up by somebody else that likes small business more, or whatever it is, right? So like I said, I don't want to get too political, but things can change. Things can just change rapidly. But yeah, a lot of people, they were completely fine 3 years ago or 4 years ago, but things change economically, politics-wise. All of a sudden, you got to spend a lot more on materials and components because now you have this massive tariff levied on you. Now your business is cooked. So it's one of those things to where it just really depends. I mean, and the thing about it is that, you know, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony all begged the current president to please, hey, look, like, chill with the tariffs, fam. Like, you know, just like, it's going to destroy our business. And he was like, nah, we're good. We're still going to do it anyway. So that could all change. And then if that changes, then obviously prices can come down, component prices can come down, things can change too. So we'll see. Yeah. We just don't know what's going to happen in the future. At least I don't know. Based on all the economics that I know, I just don't know what's going to happen. So think we might see something like Destiny 2 Complete Edition? I don't think so, no. Sony is currently looking for PS2 consoles hidden in the sofas and storage rooms. Yeah, they're looking for all those. Looking for all those. But nothing ever changes in this country. There are a lot of things have changed. Like I said, the tariffs have put a lot of people out of business. Like completely. People that had thriving businesses, tariffs have completely slaughtered their business. So once again, if you can change that up, or if you can get something that can change up what that will be, then once again, components, prices for things that can, or if you have people that come in that have incentives for small business, or incentives for people that want to buy houses or things like that. These are all things that can affect globally. Like right now, like house prices are insane, but legitimately, just a little bit ago, like in 2016, housing prices were great. So it wasn't even that long ago. I guess a decade, but still. 2014, 2013, 14, 15, 16. Bro, housing prices were great. All of a sudden, 2017, 2018, 2019, all of a sudden everything just started blowing up. Level out a bit more, but now blowing back up. So it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how things can definitely change. It's got to be based off of incentives and certain things that people do, like, you know, that the leadership does. I mean, it just depends. Like, look at New York. You know, New York is going through a revolution right now. Apparently, New York's going through a revolution right now. You got people getting, you know, being able to take their kids in now, and you got people, all sorts of different programs happening, and a lot of people, their lives are going to be changed. Their lives are going to be changed forever because of the leadership. So it's going to be one of those things to where we got to just wait and see. We got to just wait and see what happens, man. Things are never going to be as cheap as before COVID. No, they're never going to be as cheap as before COVID, but hopefully they don't keep going up or things level out a little bit, you know? Let's see here. Someone, hey, what's up, someone on Earth? Welcome to the stream. That's why analysts like Mochizuki are saying that despite the great sales, Nintendo's financial outlook isn't as promising right now. I think that they're saying that because, like, the profits of what they make per system aren't high. That's the thing. So it's not that they're not making profit, that they're not selling. It's because, of course, economic instability. They're not making a ton of money off the system itself. Obviously, they're just getting the system started, so there's a lot of cost started up with that. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the cards play. You just never know. Things can change rapidly. Things can change instantly. Things can change worse. Things can get worse. So it can get worse and worse. Oh, check this out though. Sonic Hero on Twitter says, talking about Nintendo Clown, says, if you look at the views of recent videos, I doubt this exposure even does anything to help him. His videos barely go past 30K these days. I think people have smartened up. Even the F Nintendo subreddit has now banned posts mentioning Nintendo Clown. Imagine being that insufferable. Imagine the F Nintendo, people who hate Nintendo 24/7 banned Nintendo Clown and their videos. Oh my, yeah, that's bad. That's how you know that you're a fraud. When you get the F Nintendo subreddit banning your videos or mentioning you. That's how you know it's really bad. That's how you know it's terrible. That you're just a straight up grifter. A straight up grifter. Oh man. That's how you know it's bad. I'm just hoping the AI grift dies so that gaming hardware costs can come back down. Yeah, we're gonna need, yeah, once again, I think tariffs and yeah, AI, those two things are gonna be, those things need to be levied. So we'll see though. The Grifter Arc Part 1 has come to an end. I think this is definitely a definitive stamp on the Grifter Arc, but it's gonna start right back up. Because in March, depending on what's been announced or what happens, there definitely could be a Grifter Arc. So Nintendo, they need to hit their sales target of 19 million, which they're close to that. They just need 1.6 million more units sold, which I think they'll get that in the next 3 months. So that arc will kind of go and see where they get from there. But I think that Nintendo definitely needs to have a direct before the following sales results. So before we get the sales results, their new forecast, or not their new forecast, but like the next one, which like what they forecast for the year. So I'm guessing they're probably going to forecast about probably like maybe 16 million. Maybe they'll forecast like 16 million, 16, 17 million units, 6, 7. So before the end of that next one, I think Nintendo needs to have a direct, at least one direct, which I think that they will. Like before the end of June, they need to have a direct before the end of June. God, of course, there's an F Nintendo Reddit. Yes, there is. They banned Nintendo Clown. Nintendo. So, it's just one of those things. Nintendo Clown is crazy work. Well, because it's dude, it's nothing but a clown at this point, right? It's not gonna sell it's not gonna sell as good as the Wii U. It's not gonna sell as good as the GameCube. It's not selling at all. Nobody's buying it. Demand satiated. 10 million units. Oh, the best selling, worst console ever. Oh, it's not selling anymore for the holiday. Oh my God, the investors. Oh, and then now, oh well, it's best selling, but like discount. Like, oh, it just squeaked. Like, this is clown behavior. This is complete clown behavior. It's nothing but being a clown. So, complete clownish behavior. Complete clown behavior. Complete clown. At least that's how I see it. Do you think we'll get one more Mario movie direct? No, because the movie's gonna come out in the next month and a day. It's April 1st, so no, there's probably not gonna be another direct for the movie. I mean, there might be like a trailer, but probably not another direct. I love Nintendo Clown. Yes, essential. Yes, general is essential before May financials. Yeah, I think they should definitely have something before the May financials, or at least something announced, or like there should be like rumors, or there's something's got to happen. Like something's got to happen, which I think that it will. I think like Mario Day might be a place to where they announce it, but we'll get the financials for. What will it be for? It'll be for April, May, June. We'll get those, I think we get those in September, right? July, or August. We get those like in August. So, or something like that. So that's like for the months after the first year. So that'll be later, but we'll see. In the words of Vegeta, what now? What now, clown? That's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff, though. Like I said, victory lap this week. Victory lap today. It's good being right. And I continue. I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna continue to try to be right, guys. I'm gonna continue to try to analyze and give you guys the best news coverage and the best situation with all of that. I'm gonna do my best to do that, guys. I'm gonna do my best. So yeah, we'll see. We will see with all of that stuff going through. We will see. If you guys have any more questions, we got about 6 more minutes or so for the stream, so I can answer some more. Big love to everybody. Yo, we were going 190 on the combo board. We are 10 combos away, 1 judgment away from the 2 times platinum. So I want to say thank you to everybody tonight. You guys have been incredible. I really appreciate that. Let's go. I have a hankering for the Trauma Center games, but Atlas probably too busy with Persona remakes, spin-offs, and 6. Yeah, Trauma Center hasn't been a thing for a while, so I don't know if they're going to go back to that or not. I'm not sure if they're going to go back to that. Do you think Nintendo will end up rebooting Metroid Prime to have it sell more? Maybe multiplayer mode? No, I don't think that they will. I think they're just going to move on to the next Metroid game. The next Metroid Prime game, like Metroid Prime 5. And I think that the next Metroid game is going to be 2D Metroid. I think 2D Metroid is going to be the next one that they do. Maybe 2027? Maybe next year? I can see a 2D Metroid game. So that's possible. More questions, feel free to let me know in the chat. Nintendo's French fries was the best one he did. Nintendo's French fries was the best one that he did. I didn't watch that video because it just sounded too stupid for me. I didn't like, actually all the videos are stupid, but that video just like it's like you're reaching, and it's just sad, bruh. It's just sad. Like this is just, and like I'll keep it a buck though. Like that voice is just annoying as hell. I've heard one of his videos before, and that nasally, like, I'm probably, you know, like, I'm not gonna say that, but that nasally nerd, like, hey Arnold, like, stinky voice, that, like, that nasally nerd, like, I've got a wart on my toe, like, I take showers every 3 days type of voice, like, it's annoying, bro. Like that voice, like him and Arlo's voice, they both sound the same. Like they just annoying. Like they don't. And people say my voice is annoying. Like, oh, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But bro, their voices are just annoying as hell. Like I don't feel like listening to that voice. I don't like squeaky voices. Like that Gaijin Goomba dude. Like I was listening to one documentary about him that gamer from Mars did. I had to cut it off because that voice was annoying as hell. Squeaky Goomba voice, nasally voices, like nerd, like I said, stinky nerd. Hey Arnold type voices, like cartoon character voices, like I can't stand that, bro. So like I just don't like it's just annoying listening. Keep it a buck, bro. Annoying. Like just nasally ass voices, like weird, like what's that dude from freaking Mario 2, the boss, that Toad from Mario 2 or whatever. Like I just don't like their voice, bro. Be honest, man. Don't feel like listening to it. Imagine listening to that for like an hour and a half. Damage control and a damage control video about Switch 2 sales. Damage controlling Switch 2 sales for an hour and a half, bro. Imagine listening to like the whole thing. Like that just right there, that's like female repellent right there, bro. If you listen to that stuff, if you watch those videos, I guarantee you that's like female repellent. There ain't no way your brain operates normally, or male, whatever you're into, it's a repellent. Whatever you're into, theys, thems, girls, boys, this and that, so whatever you're into, It's a repellent for what you like. It's a repellent. Definitely it's a female repellent. If you're into that, because your logic just doesn't work. So, like, it's a repellent, bro. This is low-key, and he sounds like a Timu Arlo. Yeah. Recently opened Twitter, regretted it almost instantly. My brain, so many brain dead takes getting propped up, bro. Sub General Zamora. Stank breath voice? Yeah, just like stank breath voice. Like just nasally voice. Nah, I'm good, bro. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. And trying to sound like Arlo, especially notable in his latest videos. Watch my videos, Ninmar. Why do you watch those videos but you don't watch my videos? You out here coming here asking me a bunch of freaking questions that I answer all the time in my vids. Why are you watching that crap but not watching my vids? Hold up. I appreciate you being here for my live streams, but why aren't you watching my vids if you're watching all that nonsense? Why are you watching that trash? I watch your videos, a lot of them. Okay, cool, Ninmar. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching my videos too. Make sure you watch my videos as well, bro. If you're watching that nonsense, that stuff will get you thinking like crazy, get you wrong half the time watching all that. You're just gonna end up being wrong. Wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, the Justin theme. Yeah. This is the Justin theme. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap it up though here. I might not stream tomorrow, but I'll probably have a video talking about the Nintendo Direct if we get that. So I'll probably make a video discussing the Nintendo Direct if we get that announced tomorrow. So look out for that. Check out my most recent video though. I have two videos. One of them on Metroid Prime 4 sales, and the other on the Nintendo Switch 2 sales roundup. Let's see your thoughts on Robert Saleh leaving. To be honest, man, I have no problem with him leaving because we already knew that it was going to be a one-year rental. And we got a really good coach with Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris is a great defensive coordinator. You should know Raheem Morris great. That defense that you guys had, that vaunted Rams 2021 defense, who was the mastermind behind that vaunted Rams defense? Raheem Morris. So, and guess what? He knows the Rams too. So I like that. I like the fact Saleh, let him go. He does the wide nine, the bend but don't break. I want a defense that's going to be able to come after the quarterback. I want an aggressive defense that can cover in the secondary, like the Rams defense in 2021, but then can also get after the quarterback. That's exactly what that 2021 Super Bowl Rams defense was. So yeah, I like it, man. I like it a lot because I think they're gonna play a modified 4-3-3-4 wide nine scheme. I think that, and also he's a great defensive backs coach, so I think he's gonna make all the defensive backs better. Diamador Lenore, Renardo Green, Jair Brown, Siegel. All these guys are probably gonna get better under Raheem Morris as well. So yeah, I think that it's a good move. Let Saleh go do the Titans are gonna be good. They have a lot of cap space. They have a quarterback. They've got what they need to be good. So I think the Titans are going to be good. But get him out of the the NFC. Go over to the AFC so we don't got to worry about it. And yeah, bring in Raheem Morris, man. He's a great coach. And like I said, he's a Super Bowl pedigree coach. He's won two. He won one with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in 2002. And then he won one with the Rams in 2021. So I like it. I like the hire. I think the defense is going to be, I think it's going to be better because the guy's coming back. and because it's going to be schemed to be more aggressive. Maybe they might give up some more big plays, but I think it's going to be schemed to get more sacks and to get more interceptions. So I like it. I like it. Big love to Hyper Bison with the 51 months of Ambu. Says, hey OJ, how you been? It took a month off of listening to gaming content and focused on playing games myself. I plan on finishing Metaphor on my 3 nights off. I tell you how I did on Friday. Nice, let's go. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta take some time off. All right, check out my most recent video, guys. If you haven't seen it, it's right here. I linked it 3 separate times. So I appreciate everybody that came out to today's stream, man. You guys were awesome. Shout out to the JoJo boys. We are out here. Went further than beyond. Let's go. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the donos. Big love, Hyper Bison, Yak Diesel. Big love to Yak Diesel. Switch After Dark. Justin. Dane Gonzalez. Party Man. Arkham's Grim. Boo Mini. T-Mac. Braden Christensen. Dan Dips. Elp. Let's go. Brotendo Shillington. Thank you guys so much. Anthony H. Let's go. Thank you. Juice Man Vaughn. Helix. Jeffrey Tucker. Yo, we out here. Thank you guys, man. You guys were awesome. Deported Sicilian. Appreciate that. Roger E. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning for a video. Probably for like a Nintendo Direct video or predictions video or something like that. So, all right, guys. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. And we'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out. Hey, yo. Hey, guys. Switch 2 failed. Wait, no, it didn't. Wait, no, it's not selling good. Wait, no, hold. No, it is. Yeah, selling. All right. I waved the white flag. Bye, guys.